via, and now people can hear us. I sure hope. That was fun. That was an awful lot of fun. Thank you for sticking around. I hope people can hear us now. I'm pretty sure. Yes. All right.
We've got one
The Demon
yay in
Lord
chat.
is in our stream already. I was just saying before I was so rudely interrupted that I'm Jackson from Campaign Coins. We're here playing Shadow of the Demon Lord. Here's Mark from Campaign Coins to tell us about the game we're about to play. We made it in the end. Thank you for bearing with us.
Yay! We'll fix it in post. Thank you, everybody. We are going to tell the story. But before we tell this story, I want to acknowledge that I'm coming to you live from Jar Jar Wearing Country, the peoples of the Kulin Nation, up near what we know as Bendigo, but stories have been told where I sit for 60,000 years. So I would like to acknowledge and extend my appreciation and our appreciation to the Jar Jar Wearing people, who are the traditional owners of the land that I'm on. Pay respect to their elders, both emerging and present, but they hold the hopes of the Jar Jar Wearing people, and they hold them well. So let's tell another story, a terrible story. We're going to play Shadow of the Demon Lord, the fantastic game by Rob Schwalb from Schwalb Entertainment. This month you can get every PDF he's ever done for 30% off, which is it's like you're paying 66.6%, which is quite awesome. Close enough mathematical wise. So that's the game we're going to play. This is a game of horror, violence, and I don't know, maybe gore. So if that is not your thing, then perhaps do some other thing. But as I introduce myself, my name is Mark Morrison. My pronouns are he, him, and I would like my fabulous players to introduce themselves because I'm too lazy to do it.
You're going to have to tell us who goes first, I think, Mark.
Oh, then you will ask.
Great. G'day, I'm Art. My pronouns are they and them. And tonight I will be playing Damon, whose pronouns are he and him, a totally normal human rogue. And I am accompanied by my sibling.
Hello, I am Alex, pronouns she, her. I will be playing Cricket, pronouns also she, her, a very completely normal human woman. Rogue also.
Totally normal.
Your characters have already been betrayed by the handles below your names, I'm sorry to say. But I am Jackson. My pronouns are he and him, and I'm playing Nitgit, the goblin magician, as you just saw, whose pronouns are also he and him, although he is a bit weird. I don't know what else to say. I think we're good.
We are good, and you're especially good, Nitgit, because you were about to get burned.
Yes.
And I don't mean get burned, I mean literally set on fire, because you are a magician, and a village that we shall call Clodville, because I just thought that up. We're not of outward and cosmopolitan mien. They thought that you were performing dark magics and decided if they lit you up, nobody would miss you. You were rescued. I believe I would like to hear how this rescue went down, and I am going to give Fortune, Demon Lord Fortune, which is a very good thing to have. It's better than inspiration, and we'll find out why. So tell me, Damon and Cricket, you were in the village of Clodville and you got the smell of goblin feet on the fire. What happened?
Well, we'd been involved in some... well, I mean, is it illegal if it's frowned upon activity? And had to get out of Dodge kind of quickly, and distractions are somewhat of a specialty of my brother's. So he stepped in and created a bit of a distraction for us so we could get out of Dodge real fast. I'm sure he'd love to tell you what he did.
I just want to say I love this revelation that there was no goodness in your heart. You just needed a distraction. That is sensational. I grant you Fortune, Cricket. You have Fortune.
I will take over. Given that I imagine Cricket at this point was probably making
tracks,
swift exits.
Mm-hmm.
But in order to aid that, there happened to be so many piles of wood and flammable objects that just happened to be laying about for some reason. I don't know what that was. And I, Damon, being rather fond of things that go up in smoke, decided it'd be a nice idea to just kind of put some of those bundles and some of that stuff inside some of the larger, more flammable warehouses and things, hay stacks, and just kind of accidentally let a match drop.
And there it was. You also get fortune, which is a good thing to have. Nitgit, let us talk about you. 1 minute on a burning stake. Next thing, everything's on fire. And I believe somebody in the flames pulled you off the stake.
Yes, indeed. I was rescued at the last moment from being a goblin barbecue, and assuming that this angry mob had already driven my magician master, to which I was apprenticed, out of town, I figured, well, I owe these kind, benevolent, truly trustworthy, pure of heart people my life. And so Nitgit immediately bowed low and swore here and now that he would serve Damon and Cricket for the rest of his days.
And for that, you shall have fortune, which you shall need. So, Nitgit, you are obviously were known to be an accessory to the crime because you were the center of the crime. So you have all fled across the northern reaches in a tumultuous time, and you wish to disappear from the angry mobs, and you traveled kind of through the forest and then towards a large lake, and saw, in fact, that there was that was getting on late afternoon. There was a jetty and there is a boat leaving. Would you like to get on that boat?
Would be pretty stupid if we didn't. So
I would have no scenario if you did not get on the boat. So
I think in that case,
much.
Something in my gut is telling me, band of merry followers, we should probably get on this boat.
I'm already on the boat. You look up and Cricket's like waving from the stern, like.
Oh, all right, come on. What's your name again? You know what? I don't care.
It is Nitgit, and you are my masters forever. Thank you.
Nit what?
Nitgit, by the way. Yes, quite.
I'm going to make a mistake with that, and I'm really sorry.
I'm going to make a mistake with that, and I'm not.
Oh, you won't be the first. Never mind.
All right. Do you want passage? Says the boatman, who has just finished offloading barrels of fish and also a barrel of something that. Well, why don't we roll a dice? Let's roll perception. So a little refresher on how Shadow of the Demon Lord mechanics work. This game only uses D20s and D6s. All your other polyhedrals can weep in the corner. They are not appearing on this show tonight. So just D6s and D20s. If I ever ask you to do something, you just have to roll a 10. End of story. Sometimes there's a variation when you're trying to stab someone. Not that you would do that because that's murder and it's bad. But most of the time, you just have to get a 10. People love to say, I got a 13, I got a 17. I don't care. If you got a 10, yay you. All right. Scores are very flat. People have a 10 characteristic for most of their attributes, which are strength, intelligence, wisdom, and agility. I might have got that wrong. It's been a while. If you have one more point than 10, you get to add one to your dice, and one less point, you subtract it. So have a roll on your perception, everybody, and tell me if anybody makes it.
Easy done. I have succeeded. I have perceived whatever it is that I can perceive.
I too have perceived.
I thirdly have perceived.
Well, then I'm just going to make up all kinds of facts because you are so perceptive. You perceive that the boatman is very happy to see you, and he'll take some coppers from you, but he's also keen to get going. He's really, not so much in a rush, but he's very like, okay, all right, it's off, let's go. So that's obvious. You perceive, Cricket, that Nitgit just smells roasted. Like there's definitely an aroma of toasty goblin hanging around. And Nitgit, you perceive that one of the barrels that was offloaded was full of piss. In a word, there's no kind way to say it because of the very strong smell of ammonia coming off that. So they have offloaded many barrels of fish, and you can see now people kind of coming out. They're paying for it. It's a bit of a kind of lively market scene. And also, as you look to the way the boat is going to be heading, you can see that there was a bridge, and that bridge is gone. It has simply vanished as though it was never there. It's an odd thing. It doesn't look ruined, but it's simply not there. The stones run, and then at the end of the stones, there are flowers growing. And the flowers are in full bloom. So the stone looks perfect with full blooming flowers. It's though the bridge has just been removed. That's a bit peculiar. But it seems that wherever you're going in this boat, the boat is the only way to get there.
All right.
We go in the boat.
Sure, that won't be a problem if we ever need, a swift escape.
I can't see how it would be a problem. We're going elsewhere, right? The boat.
Oh, your timing's perfect. You're just for fish giving. Come on.
All right.
We're good.
Right.
Come on.
And here we have set our scene as your little boat heads out across the mere. And shout out to John Hodgson of Handiwork Games for his excellent map tiles and backdrop. I want to say is I'm just using that same backdrop all night, so just deal with it, cinephiles. That angle is never changing. I couldn't follow it. So you are heading out upon the lake with your fortune tokens bobbing along in your wake. Bum, bum, bum. What do you use fortune for? I hear you wanting to ask. You can use fortune once during the game if your D20 roll misses, you just say, no, it didn't, I made it. So just end of story. Better than advantage, except there's no criticals. You just go, no, I didn't miss that roll, I got it. And that's a pretty powerful thing. You can also use it. There's a mechanic in Shadow of the Demon Lord called boons and banes. If you have a boon on, you're trying something, you get to roll a d6 and add it to your d20 roll, which makes you better at it. If you have two boons, you roll 2d6 and take the highest. You don't get to add them together. Bane is the reverse. If you have a bane on something, you roll a d6 and take it off your d20 because you're slightly worse at it. Two banes, take the worst. Two boons and two banes, absolutely cancel. So if boon meets bane, they wipe each other out. So you can also use fortune to grant one of your compadres two boons, which is a very kind action. And the last thing you can do is any d6 you roll, you can just say, that's a 6. So whatever the roll was, you go, that's a 6. And you need a 6 for a death save. Just saying, that's a pretty handy thing to get a 6 if you need one up the sleeve. So that's what fortune's good for. All right. You are heading out now upon the lake. The lake is surrounded by mountains. The mountains look quite inhospitable. You have definitely come to kind of the edge of the kind of known main road. And in your wishes to get away and lie low, you found somewhere very low. In fact, at sea level, at which to lie. But the mountains look quite threatening. Now, I would like, for no really apparent reason, because they're completely normal humans, why would they be anything else? In fact, all three of you can make an intelligence roll.
I can just.
I cannot.
I can with a lot of yes.
All right, fantastic.
I believe
have you rolled a 20?
I was just
Have you
going
rolled
to
a
say,
20?
do some effects get better on a 20, perhaps? Is that how it works?
Within Demon Lord, every now and then, if you roll over 20 after your adds and you're 5 above your target number, it does something extra good. And I think maybe some of you rogues might have something along those lines. I can't quite recall. It's been days since I looked at your character sheet. But as a rule, rolling a 20 fills you with a warm inner glow. Go you, but you have succeeded. And if you haven't said so already, these characters are second level. So they are starting path characters. And by goodness, that has totally fallen out of my head what the first path is called. I'm a terrible
Novice
GM.
Paths?
Novice Path. Thank you very much. You are novices. And if you survive to third level at the end of tonight, you will be expert. And then beyond expert is master. So, and every time you reach a new threshold, you choose basically a new path, which is like a new character class. So every single character in Shadow of the Demon Lord is multi-classed, and the network of possibilities grows and grows and grows. So, more about the rules, but let's get back to the story. As you are going out, you are looking at that bridge, Nitgit. And Nitgit, you are a fae. You were thrown out of the land of fairy because goblins are a debased kind, and you steal shit and all the rest of it. But you say, well, at least I didn't steal a bridge. It is clear to you, and it is clear to you, Damon, that bridge has been removed by the fae. Just took it away and left some nice flowers.
They do that?
Oh, they take loads of shit.
They just steal?
Yeah.
I mean, not that I know.
No, they definitely they take things and leave twigs and sticks and dirt all the time.
Yeah,
I hear.
Yeah, I've heard the same thing, just around, just heard it around.
Well,
yep. Looking at the bridge, yeah, that was the weirdest thing. It fell in a most perfect way, and we've not been able to find a stone nor get the materials or the know-how to build another. For that was built many years ago. But anyway, it is good to have you. Good to have you. You'll be most welcome in our village, and of course, I'll be able to take you back whenever you wish to go. But not tonight, because I'll be too drunk. As will you.
Oh.
I think that's something that they do, Cricket.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Drinking is a thing.
I tried it once and it just didn't appeal.
Oh. Well, to each their own, and all the more for me. So he is rowing as you're heading out, and now you can see the lights of a small town, a village rather, upon the shore. So it's got the mountains and the cliffs looming over it. It is the 6th of the 6th. It is winter because we're in Australia, damn it, and winter is in June, so deal with it. Northern Hemisphere types. So it is cold and there is a mist upon the lake. I just can't get enough of having you guys roll perception. So why don't you do it again for me, and I'll tell you an interesting fact.
I will not this time. Oh, wait, yes I will. Just. Bang on 10 again.
Fantastic.
I will exceed again.
Right, fantastic. So, Cricket, you
fail again.
You will note that the moon is...
No, I failed. I failed miserably.
Sorry. My apologies. I've confused my changelings. Damon,
No.
you have seen that there is a moon riding high. It is a full moon. And Nitgit, there's mist upon the lake because it's so cold and the mist is dense. But you get the sense that actually there's an island in the middle of the lake. So there's a sense of a kind of a shadow out there. And shadows are certainly not bad in this game. Nothing wrong with a shadow. Totally normal scientific fact when light is cast in one direction.
I've read the title, Mark. I've read the title of the game. You can't pull the wool over my eyes.
Well, and I'd like to thank you for your amazing Twitch overlay work, Jackson, which is sensational. And look above me wherever I am. Yeah,
I think you nailed it. Yes, I'll try to redeem myself after our silence spell at the top. But we'll get there.
Goodness,
we'll get through this together.
All right on the night. All right. Can everybody in chat please give Jackson a hug? There you go. Hard hands. I've never done hard hands before. I think it's like that.
I got it.
Okay.
Thank you. I don't know
Lovely.
what to do with
Thank
that.
you. Excellent.
for the tech monkey.
Being paid in digital hugs is like exposure. Just take it straight to the bank.
I will.
Right.
I have exposure.
You can indeed.
So it occurs to Nitgit. Did we happen to ask where this boat was going?
No.
Oh, that's what I thought. Captain, sir, we forgot to ask where this boat was going.
Oh, I'm not a captain. The name's Bert. You're going to Lastmere.
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 Yeah, Lastmere.
Oh.
There it is. We're practically there.
Oh, good.
Right.
Oh, that's the little shadowy island thing.
Oh, that's just the island.
Right.
It's just a kind of stand of trees in the middle of the lake.
All right. So there's an island, and then there's a village, like not. On
Oh
the
yes, so there's nothing on the island. No,
oh right, gotcha.
We used to
Just shadows.
sometimes. Yeah.
I bet there's something on the island.
Look, if there's no people on the island, Cricket, I don't really think we're gonna, we can't swindle trees, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yes. This is just like Shadow of the Perception Lord. Let's have another. I just have so many facts to share.
Got more to give us.
And I'd like to say, look, that's the whole scenario. There it is. That's the whole thing. So,
Woo!
How's
More
that
than I
one?
wrote, yeah.
I will perceive nothing this time.
all right.
I will perceive almost, but not quite, a 20, but not quite.
No, you're very perceptive. How'd you go, Cricket?
I passed this one for a change of pace.
Okay, Cricket. Nitgit, you're clearly feeling a bit relieved. Like, you don't mind being out in the wintertime because, like, you were just about, very, very, way too warm indeed. So you're just enjoying the night air and finding friends / kind of martyrs and even being accepted by Bert, who didn't say no goblin folk on this boat. He just took your coppers and on you got. Cricket, you can definitely hear that there are kind of fish jumping, like sploosh, sploosh. So it's clearly there's a lot of fish stock in this lake. And Damon, you hear, that was a really big fish.
Oh, heck.
I've never been on a boat before. This is really nice. Can you hear all the fish?
Yeah, I can.
Boat rocks a little bit.
Oh,
But is
I
there,
was a bee.
is there anything particularly large in this here lake?
Oh, some of the trout, they get really big. I'd show you exactly how big with my hands. That is the fisherman custom, but I'm currently got my hands on the walls.
Oh, got you.
But, I use my elbows. I got
Oh,
big.
well, that's a pretty big trout.
Yeah, if we could bring it on, that'd be great. Don't particularly feel like
Oh.
a swim tonight.
Believe me, I don't want to miss fish giving, so I'm rowing as hard as I can.
I feel like I should ask what that is, and I
Fish giving, it's the fish feast. It's you've chosen the 6 of the 6. It's when we celebrate the women who gave us birth, and it's a huge party.
great.
Mother's Day.
So what do you give the fish?
The fish.
What do you give them?
We give them a good cooking. That's what we give them. With
Oh.
white sauce. Yum,
that
yum.
makes sense.
You will love it.
Fish given, Cricket, as in like you give.
As in, we give
Fish,
each other, yeah, then we don't give the
something to
fish.
them.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Yeah. People, funny
Yeah.
ideas sometimes.
This sounds delightful, but we wouldn't want to impose on any native customs. We are just travelers after all.
No. It is unbelievably lucky to have strangers for fish giving. It is. I'll be honest, I even waited an extra half hour. Didn't want to miss the party, but like if I come back with a stranger, it's like, good on you, Bert, drinks for free. I've got 3 of them. Oh, good.
Well, I suppose we really can't complain, can we?
That's wonderful.
Right. I like fish.
Yeah, no one's allergic, are they?
No.
'Cause-
No.
Not as far as I'm aware.
Alrighty. I am just going to conduct a scene change while you role play in the boat.
I might take a moment to describe my character.
That would be sensational. Thank you.
Because Nitgit came entirely from the random tables present in the character creation section of the Shadow and Demon Lord, and they are utterly fantastic. So once, the lights of the village come in and he shakes some of the ash off his clothes, you realize that Nitgit is an incredibly old goblin because I rolled so high on the age. He has reached the venerable age of 59. He's a wiry old thing with enormous flappy ears. And also, thanks to the random table, his enormous flappy ears are often covered under the curls of a bright blonde wig, which bounce under an enormous blue bonnet over a pastel blue sailor's outfit. He is dressed as a 19th century Victorian child, and no one really understands why, least of all him.
I do not think I found those tables, but that's fine because I have Damon is, but luckily, I guess, a pre-existing character that was created for an earlier game. That is quite the contrast to, I think, Cricket and Damon, funnily enough. Yeah, I just lost the note that described what Damon looks like. Here we go. So Damon has sort of shoulder-length, dark, like lank, greasy hair. He's quite gaunt. Has a sallow complexion and bloodshot eyes, like he drinks too much. He is otherwise plain and uninteresting. In the words of the book, people notice you, but you fail to make an impression, which is good, because I tend not to want to make an impression with my appearance. I want to make it with a knife. You know what I mean?
Cricket, similarly, yeah, is Damon's twin. Very much the same, a slightly built woman with just a really forgettable face. Just, it's like your eyes just slide right over her. Dull brown clothes, dull brown hair, dull brown eyes, just forgettable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we are.
What a fantastic collection we are, as I noticed that Mark is still jiggling his battle camera.
That does beg the question. Goblin friend, Nitgit,
yes,
whatever your name is.
My masters.
Why do you have a bonnet?
I don't know. Goblins are wont to have strange habits by the reckonings of other folks, but well, I've given it much thought, and I suppose I've often thought that time makes fools of us all, and I think I was not meant to reach such a venerable age for a goblin, and so I thought, why not make a fool of time once in a while?
I like your reasoning. I just think you'd be slightly less, bleedingly obvious to the townsfolk if you weren't dressed in eggshell blue.
Oh yes, but it amused my previous master so terribly.
The wig, that's a wig, right? It's a wig. That's not real.
Well, yes, but after an
it doesn't help.
magical glue happening, it's effectively stuck there.
What happens when your hair grows out underneath it?
Do you know? I'm looking forward to it.
So
I'm sure you should.
And that is the point where the boat strikes upon the shale of the beach, and you arrive at this beautifully kind of lit tavern, and you can hear this kind of music and lots of good cheer, and shout out to Johnny Fraser Allen. His Hagglethorn Hollow stuff turned up last week, and I was so excited that the whole scenario is based around these buildings. So there you go. Art inspirates art. So inspirates, that's a word. So as you are pulling in and kind of getting out of the boat, you can't help but notice there is a cart coming in. There are two people and a pony, and upon the cart there is a large coffin with steam coming out of it.
as in like an actual coffin.
Well, it's a little bit dark and misty, but it sure looks like a coffin. It's steaming coffin.
I am immediately interested in what is in that coffin for no particular reason.
Would that be the fish arriving now, Mr. Burt?
Oh, there it is. Yes, indeed. That's the pie.
The pie?
Pie?
And as the cart comes closer, you can see that coffin is made of pastry. It is just the largest pie you have ever seen. It is like, how big are coffins? I don't know. Just, 7 feet long, maybe, 3-4 feet across. It is a huge pie. Mm-hmm. And I'm a vegetarian, but if you like the smell of fish, that is a good smelling pie. Oh, my word.
I wonder if it's got like the white sauce and the parsley and all the other fish pie trappings. And
So
I had one once.
We'll make sure we get you some pie. Don't worry, Cricket. Of course.
All right. So, and also as you came in, kind of across the mere, the boat is tied up there, and there is a kind of a rock here, right upon the promontory. And the rock had some lanterns on it, and that's how Bert guided his way in. Well, actually, of course, there's lots of lights, but he knew where to go. All right, so we don't need to look at the battle map because we're not fighting. There's no fight here. There's no violence. This is just a nice night at the pub. And I believe, do we have some Sirenscape happy pub noise there?
I think we do. I would load that up because I assume because we're playing in Shadow of the Demon Lord, we would need a seedy tavern. But I'm just going to switch to the friendly tavern sound because Sirenscape comes with so many tavern options.
That's because that's where the adventurers are from. Adventures come from.
Yes, all of our soundscapes.
Don't forget to tip your bartender and ask for rumors.
All of the soundscapes and some of the music as provided by Sirenscape, as you can see up there. And some of the other songs we'll hear are from Songs of Shadow, which is a radtastic ambient soundtrack specifically for Shadow of the Demon Lord. Which that's changing very quickly, but that's all right. Which you can get from Drive Through RPG, I believe.
Yeah, a fantastic Italian group called Sona Village that Schwalb found. So, indeed. So, Sirenscape.com for your game audio needs. Are you now? There's other buildings along the foreshore and those mountains behind. And as Bert is coming in, yeah, it's been bombed by a cat. Fantastic. The stream is going off. Bert says, well, have a good night and make sure you stay in town because there's beast men up in the heights. They don't come down. They don't come down near the lake. We've never seen them on the shore, but we definitely hear them howling some nights with their dark, festering rites. So, yeah, don't be going for a wander.
All right, well, don't know about, won't speak on behalf of everyone, but I generally prefer civilization. Mostly.
Good.
Mostly.
All right. So, Bert will open the door. Say, look, everyone. And it's packed with people. They're all kind of smiling, and they seem to be kind of drinking pear cider. And in fact, Bert probably bought some barrels of that. And you help us roll in the barrels.
Yeah.
All right. Look, everyone, cider and strangers. And everyone goes, yay! And as one, everybody in this tavern says, they're just friends we haven't met yet. Ah!
I love this place.
And
I will refrain from murdering every single one of these people.
All right. It looks like some of them want to hug you, Damon.
I like, unless they are drunk to the point of wasted, I'm pretty sure Damon's general aura of just, if you touch me, I will kill you, coupled with the fact that I should note for the viewers at home that Damon already has one corruption.
Ooh,
I'd be very surprised if anyone was like, this is a friendly person.
All right.
Cricket's hugging everyone.
Yeah. I feel like Damon's just like, go on, Cricket, have fun, and make sure no one touches me. Okay, thanks.
Yeah. Cricket is just hugging everybody.
They are so pleased for you. They think this is absolutely fantastic. Yeah, Damon, like someone comes up to hug you, sees, goes for a handshake, looks again and says, oh, hi.
Evening.
So, yeah,
I'm going to go find a corner to just...
You cut through that room like a robot through a misty lake.
Do the corner to Strider in. Strider / Aragorn.
Right.
Just
excellent. I'm with you.
No, that shit.
All right, just Strider it. It's like ghosting, but on your way in. Suddenly they're there. So everyone is very, and they're hearing from birds, and behind it's like pie coming through, and in comes the pie. And now there's huge cheers. They've got a big table set up in the middle, and that's all clean. There's stacks and stacks and stacks of plates. So, Cricket, you seem to be the friendliest person here. The innkeep, she says, "Oh, I'm Jenny. Well, welcome. What's your name?"
Cricket.
Cricket.
Mm-hmm.
It is so great. I'm glad that you were here. What brings you to Lastmere?
I was just wandering, traveling, getting away.
Oh well, you've chosen the right night. That's my husband Arthur. He's busy tapping the barrels, and here's Mary and John with the pie.
This is great. I love this place.
Please stay with us tonight. All right,
Brother?
and you're our guest. You don't pay a single coin tonight.
Huh. And Cricket's just going to kind of like skip back over to where Damon is striding. Like, isn't this great? We don't even have to pay.
The words "don't pay" have massively changed my demeanor. As always, Cricket.
However, and I don't mean to be a bit of a downer because genuinely I do love this and I'm particularly keen on all the hugging. This is amazing. I feel like part of the family and it's really
Cricket.
However,
Yeah.
asking us not to pay and they're having a feast and the pie is shaped like a coffin. I'm getting some. Do you remember the farm?
Yeah. Right.
I'm getting some vibes.
Yeah, look, we're gonna stay, we're gonna have a meal, we're gonna have a nice time, and then when we go to bed, we bloody just nope out of it.
Can we just chair under the door is all I'm asking.
Go
This-
sleep on the roof or something, I'm sure.
Yeah. But I'm sure it's fine, right? It's fine.
Quick question.
Yes.
Are these all humans?
They are indeed. In
Right.
fact, Arthur is said, get one of the small cups. We got a less than regular height visitor.
Oh.
Well, you're the first goblin to drink in this place, and you're most welcome. Most welcome, sir.
Well, I have to say, this is quite much a warmer reception than my last port of call. But never mind all that. Truly, it is a blessing that we have come here on this night. And, I think I should like to celebrate with you all and drink the night away, if that would be quite all right.
Well, and everybody will. And, actually, you reminded me of a very important public service announcement. Shut up, everybody. Now, look, this is fish giving. We are going to have the best party, but please take care. It seems like every year somebody falls in the lake. So let's not have any disappearances in the mist this year, shall we? Just drink responsibly and find a buddy to get you home. And let's go. And everyone goes, "Oh, you're such a wet blanket, Arthur."
I think at that point, Damon is going to turn directly to Cricket and just be like, "People go missing in the lake all the time here."
Yeah.
Sounds like our kind of place, eh?
Yeah, actually, if that pie really is fish, then we might stick around.
I think we can stick around for a bit.
I think we can stick around.
There are two teenage girls holding hands, and one of them is just absolutely fascinated with you, Nitgit, but the other one is like pulling her back. Like, no.
I'll go over to them. Hello, Nitgit from a few towns over. How do you do?
Oh, really good. Oh, I'm Wendy. You're a goblin.
Yes, born and bred.
Wow, how long have you been a goblin?
Well, that's quite a tale. Starts about 59 years ago, as it happens. Not many of us reach an age, so I suppose you could say I have some stories to tell.
Oh, they love this, and I told you to be all right, Lisbeth. Yeah, you're right. So they think you're tremendous.
I am.
And they go, and they're kind of something burning. But there it is. So everyone is gathering around, and the place is really full up. And all right, everybody, Mary and John have outdone themselves with this pie. And Mary and John knew the kind of, they definitely have a fishy smell about them. Sort of nod and say, "Yep, as always, it was a good catch. Always a good catch with you two. You keep us so well fed." All right, well, let us gather around. And friends, welcome. You must think it's a bit strange. You've come to Lastmere. You might think it's a bit... And everyone laughs.
They laugh so much, Mark's mic tops out, but I think you said fishy? Is that what we're going
My own joke.
Excellent.
Yes, that
Very
is
good.
what he said.
Very good,
it's,
sir.
It's even funnier in post.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll
All
dub
right,
it
so-
over afterwards.
You presume he said fishy because everyone knew the joke was coming, and absolutely there was so much thigh slapping. It was like thunder in the house. Like some crockery fell off the wall. That joke was so funny. Or they've just been really hitting the pear cider. Is anybody hitting the pear cider?
Yes.
Okay.
It's being thrust into my hand, it sounds like, and it would be rude to decline.
All right.
Cricket accepts it and then just like, and over the shoulder.
I think if anyone, like, again, I would be surprised if anyone approaches Damon's table at this point and he's just like, I'm quite happy right here watching and maybe casing. Maybe that's the thing. If you were being uncharitable, the look in Damon's eye is a little less perceptive and a little more, you know, a little more perceptive than it should be.
Then why don't you have a perception roll?
Very good. And watch me
Cricket,
fail this one.
Cricket, you throw your drink over the shoulder and the person who bought you the drink says, well, if that's your custom, they throw their drink over their shoulder.
Oh dear.
Another one. How'd you go with your perception?
As I said, I was going to fail this one and I rolled a 1. So no, unfortunately not.
Fantastic. All right. So, all right, everybody. The time has come. You know what time it is. And around comes Jenny with a huge smile and the largest knife any of you have ever seen. Oh my goodness, that is a lot of knife. That is a knife for a pie the size of a coffin. Knife or greatsword, who can tell? But it's a lot of knife.
Professional interest from the twins.
Okay. All right, everyone. And the whole place falls silent. And Arthur stands up and he looks and he's a lot of love in his heart, a lot of love in his eyes. He's like saying, you know, like, Mother, oh mother, we're here by your side. We've made you a banquet, so please open wide. It's caught and it's gutted and baked all inside. So mother, dear mother, please feast and abide. And everyone cheers, and there's great celebration. It was beautiful. There's not a dry eye in the house. And everybody who has a mother here, or is a mother, is being embraced by partners, by children, by parents. It is this really lovely moment. All right. And I think one of the strangers, one of the new friends should do it. And they're giving one of you the largest knife you've ever seen.
I want the knife. and that's Cricket. Just, I want the knife. I want the knife.
Righty.
Yep, Cricket's gonna. Don't worry, she's cut pies before.
Okay. What is your pie cutting style?
Terrifyingly exact, surgical almost, and oddly silent. Just like through the pastry, with barely a sound.
Wow, and there's a lot of pastry to get through. It's quite a bake, and there's this tremendous smell, and immediately it starts spilling out this kind of mornay and all the fish, this rich aroma, and everyone is like, wow, it's like a magic trick. Like the pie was just like suddenly fell open. They think you're amazing. They think the pie's amazing, and the plates are beginning passed around, and everyone's feasting.
I'm still holding the knife.
All the mothers are being served first. Okay. Yes, you're still holding the knife.
Yeah. Someone will have to ask Cricket for the knife for her to give it back.
Actually, they will need the knife back to cut up the rest of the pie.
I'm more than happy to cut the rest of the pie. Just keep going.
Then fantastic. Then you are serving. It's being plated up.
It's like slightly manic smile on Cricket's face as like the carving happens. Which is Damon watching being like,
you're a natural, you are, says Jenny.
That's what they keep saying.
You should come back every year. So there's fish pie being served. You're all given a plate.
Outstanding.
Everyone's tucking you in.
Nitgit is 5 ciders deep, so of course he's worked up a mighty appetite. The pie disappears promptly.
Shut Up the Demon Lord doesn't use Constitution. It just says, like, you've only got one body. That's just a strength characteristic, and that's it. So why don't you go ahead and make a strength roll for me? Your target number, as always, is 10.
Who, me? I will. I don't have great strength because I'm just a little goblin magician. But I'll do it anyway. I'll roll very well.
Can we see your stats? Have we shown any stats on the screen yet, Jackson?
I'm ahead of you. Already ahead of you. We're looking at my stats right now.
Love your work. I'm just looking at Zoom.
Yeah.
Smiling faces. Fantastic. All right, stats in the house. Stats! How'd your strength roll go?
Absolutely fine. Very out of character. I got a 15.
Okay. You've only got the mildest bugs. Like, for all they talk about this cider, and like, don't get maggoted, it's a pretty light cider. Maybe only, I don't know, 4% alcohol. It's not a scrumpy. So unless you are a lightweight, yeah.
Surprisingly doing it pretty well. Yeah.
Okay, nice. All right. If you eat fish pies, this is the best damn fish pie you've ever had. It is really good.
I feel like you're trying to trick us into saying, yes, we eat the fish pie. But I am eating the fish pie.
I'm eating the fish pie. That fish pie is
Thank you.
Yeah.
Damon, how's your pie?
I mean, I am going to absolutely poke it and like assess its edibility before I go ahead and scoff a lot of it, because I feel like that's something I've done a few times. But if it seems to be edible and not poisoned or drugged, then I will eat it.
Everybody in the joint is getting stuck in cricket and Nitgit included. And all of you, for no reason whatsoever, roll a d20. And this is just a random thing. I'd be interested if anybody rolls a 1 for no reason whatsoever.
20.
That is the very reverse of a 1. Nitgit got a 1.
No, 17. I was pointing at Alex at the overlay for emphasis because that would abuse me and it's just confused you, so I apologize.
That's all right. I'll take it. Damon, what'd you get?
10. Unless there's any modifiers.
No. It's just a 5% randomness for no really apparent reason. So you are all enjoying your pie, and you hear kind of as a little kind of teenage kind of shriek, and it's Wendy, your mate Wendy, who goes, "Oh, I got it!" And she's holding a gold crown. Oh my God, Cricket, she's holding a gold crown. What she's really holding is that new sword you want and the new bow you want. This is so much money. Like, that's 10 silvers, it's a gold crown. Like, you've been trying to save up for 5 silvers for a sword, 5 silvers for a bow. Like, this teenager, damn it, you served her before yours. Like, you nearly got this gold crown.
It's okay. I've got the knife.
You do. That's a lot of knife. Damon, why don't you roll a perception roll for me?
That's so much money.
Unfortunately, it's an 8 because apparently I used all my luck on crossing a lake.
Yeah, you're just, it's once there's no mist on the scene, then you know good. Sorry.
I was going to say, you've got the fortune thingy.
Yeah, I'd like not to die this session, if that's all right with you. And I'll probably hold on to that one on the off, given that my strength is not the greatest, so my health's not the greatest. If I get stabbed one too many times, I will just cark it. So,
Alrighty.
Gonna hold on to that one unless it's desperate.
Nothing is desperate. This is a perfectly nice party, and you've absolutely just arrived in the best town. This has been a really stressful time for you all. I mean, Nitgit, most of all, you nearly died. You saw the infernal flames. You two have been on the run for so long with one thing and another. And of course, Damon, I can't make you not suspicious. That's the way you are, and you have reason to be suspicious because life has dealt you some very tough hands. But,
also, I'm in a tavern full of humans, and if there's one thing I do not trust, it's other humans.
Just like us.
Okay.
Definitely exactly identical to us.
Oh, well, in that case, then why don't we work with that a little bit? So you see that Jenny has just a bit of a sad expression on her face, like she's she's almost smiling through tears. So she's and looking back, you think, well, nobody greeted her as mother. So she's not a mother. And she's just wavering a little, but Arthur leans in and say, Jenny, darling, you're always a mother. It weren't your... The Fae took our bairn while we destroyed the thing they left. Maybe she will come back to us. And they have a bit of a moment because they are poor, distraught parents whose baby was stolen and replaced with a changeling. You get the sense they really hate changelings. Not that that's of interest to you, because like you're not a changeling. There are no changelings here. You're perfectly normal humans. But
there's a little like something snaps in the back of Damon's mind, and he's like, everyone in this town is now dead.
Okay, that's a lot of corruption for you, Damon.
I said I didn't want to die. I didn't say I wasn't eventually going to go to hell when I get there.
Let's talk about corruption. It's a mechanic in Shadow of the Demon Lord. That this is, I like to think of this as is the world literally is ending. Every Shadow of the Demon Lord campaign is only 10 levels, and at level 10 the world ends unless you stop it. So that always occurs, and I like to think of it as you don't really get the heroes you want, you just get the heroes you get. And so you are the heroes that this version of the world has got. Corruption. We could think this is a dark setting, so therefore we will use any means necessary. But you're trying to save the world from hell, but you don't want to get there first. So if you ever do anything horrendous, you will get a corruption point. And I think you got a corruption point, Damon, by murdering the person whose face you're now wearing, right? Is that where it came from?
No, I did. I'm pretty sure I got my particular point of corruption. Maybe by making a deal with something I probably shouldn't have made a deal with, but it's fine. This face is the face I was wearing before. I kind of I like this face. It's the one I feel most comfortable in. It's mine. It's my face. Definitely 100% mine.
That is great. We should pause for a moment and find out how the world's going to end. So I think this is probably going to be probably Cricket's role, because you're so optimistic and sunny that making you responsible for the doom of everyone is amuses me no end.
Huge
so
fan.
Roll a d20, and if you roll a 15, we're re-rolling because that's bullshit.
3.
3. Okay, that is very interesting. So that is not immediately apparent, but while people are kind of talking and there's a lot of concern in Lastmere because the Emperor has been strangled on the alabaster throne by Drudge, the usurper orc, and there are like terrible kind of stories coming from the Empire, and people are worried. And they definitely, one of the toasts is to the Crusaders, at the Crusader thoughts in the north, that keep the darkness of the north at bay. So people have fears. They're in a lighted, warm cavern at the edge of a misty lake, with maybe beastmen howling up in the cliffs. But they have concerns. And one of them says, but you know that I've heard tell that there's a new force forming, the Light Brigade, and they are teaching people how to fight if it comes to that. And everyone goes, oh yeah, and that like drops actually I think I heard something about that. Like somebody in one of the towns was recruiting for the Light Brigade. We accept everybody. We accept goblins, sir. All come to the banner. For these are dark times, and we must bring the light. So it seems like something that everyone's looking forward to, and is in no way a corrupted organisation. Not
definitely
at all.
not a cult. Like just
Definitely
immediately apparent, it is definitely not a cult.
That segue has nothing to do with the D20 roll we just did. It's just an interesting fact. More interesting facts is that this is a fantastic party. Everyone is enjoying it. It's been a very successful fish giving, and the night's starting to wind down.
Cricket's going to go over to Dame. She's kind of dancing around. She's still got the knife. Nobody has requested it back, so she's just hanging onto it. And she kind of leans over the table to Dame. She's like, I don't know why I was ever suspicious. This is great. Everybody is so nice.
All right, well,
We should stay. Can we stay?
Cricket.
Yeah.
How would you have felt if Mum and Dad weren't particularly pleased with what we were?
Well, I mean, that's half of the course, isn't it? They just don't have to find out. And she's going to just like dance away
That's not.
and like grabs Nitgit by the hands and is like dancing around in circles with Nitgit.
Here's the thing, Cricket. As you dance away, like giddy with happiness and feeling this sense of belonging and community and family, you're literally dancing. So it's quite a twirl or a pair. I don't know what your
Everybody else is. Everybody's dancing, right? It's a party.
There's a lot of dancing, a lot of, hey, and like fiddle playing. And you throw an arm out and realize you're about to touch a horseshoe hanging above the fireplace. That is cold iron. If you touch that, you will cease to wear this face. You're going to have to pull that hand back really quick by making an agility roll. Now, you are a rogue.
I'm quite agile, yes.
Rogues are tricky. Anytime you have to do a roll, you could say, I'm going to do that in a tricky way and give yourself a boon. So you two rogues, anytime you want to win at something, you just do it in a tricky way. So this is quite an important agility roll for you, because if you slap that horseshoe...
I'm incapacitated and I'm going to lose my face.
Yeah, that's a bad scene. So get better than 10, roll d20, add your agility modifier, which is about +2, and add a d6 boon. Good luck.
Oh, easy. 14.
Okay, Yep.
Is it fair to say that if a Cricket managed to avoid hitting the horseshoe, since she was dancing with Nitgit, that she's just thrown Nitgit into the horseshoe?
Yeah, I think the tricky way would have been she's just picked him up and just gone...
Iron being just as bad for goblins as it is for changelings.
Right. Well, yeah, so you are spun around, and in that moment we would see that Cricket will sacrifice anyone and everyone to save herself. Good point. So you get knocked into the horseshoe, you give a shriek, but that's just like everyone's like, did he hurt himself?
Everybody knows he's a goblin.
That's not a revelation.
It is clearly a goblin.
But in that moment, Cricket, you realise that however much you want to blend in, be accepted, be part of a family and part of a society, you are not.
No, bad thoughts. Push them down.
Okay.
This is home. They're family.
Dancing again. Fantastic. But yeah, scoping out the horseshoe situation, which actually I think Nick gets knocked at. You probably use the goblin to knock it off the wall and dang, 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 dang goes on.
Ding, ding, dang.
Yeah, beautiful. All right. It's a lovely time. And people are now starting to go, oh, well, there it is. That's good fish giving. Thank you, Arthur. Thank you, Jenny. Thank you, Mary. Thank you, John. Wendy sort of says, oh, Mum, can I stay a bit longer? Yeah, just walk home with Lisbeth family. Hey, thanks, Mum. See you home. And they sit a little closer, Wendy and Lisbeth. So that's very sweet. All right.
Well, what a party, eh? What good fortune we had to jump on that boat, end up at this exact inn, on this exact night. Well, I think fortune really has smiled on me today. I'm quite chuffed.
Yeah.
And the place is thinning out, and of course, the Lisbeth's kind of mum and dad and little brother have been kind of talking, and they're now saying their farewells. And come on, girls. And so that family is leaving. Wendy and Lisbeth are still walking hand in hand. Damon, suspicious person, roll a perception.
Now, quick question, because for my character, it says my perception is my intelligence +1, but I assume my modifier is still the same as like the standard. So it's like...
Oh, Jackson can throw up your stats there. So what's your intelligence?
My intelligence is 2, plus is 12, so plus 2.
So you get plus 3.
Yeah, just double checking because I have... So yes is yes.
I certainly
Alright, so-
can throw up that sheet and just realised there's an error on it. I forgot to put that perception stat in, so I thought I'd vocalise that so that no one in chat can go, "Excuse me, that says +0, not +3."
I just put it down as 13 because my brain went, that's what my intelligence +1 is, so I guess that's, so yeah.
Nailed it. So Wendy is kind of flipping a coin like, oh yeah. And don't drop that, says Elizabeth's mum. And so they're super happy as the door is opened, and it's John that opens the door for them. And there's a moment where John looks directly at Mary, and they look sideways at Wendy, and they've got a very grim look. And Mary gives this kind of sad nod. Yeah, that's the thing. They're just opening the door for them because it's a nice thing to do. So Elizabeth's family, Wendy and Elizabeth, go out. And Mary and John go out next.
Cricket.
Yeah.
Cricket, come on.
Okay. Nitgit.
Oh, we're not
Cricket.
going, are we?
Yeah.
I thought we
Fresh
had.
air. Come on, let's go.
Oh, we are staying the night.
Yeah, we're just
Let's just get some fresh air.
bit of fresh air.
Huh.
Cricket,
Yeah.
we're doing cats, all right?
Okay.
Great. We're going to go quietly like cats.
Yeah.
Figured that was the most obvious way.
Not you're turning into CGI with weird buttholes. No, not the different cats. Yeah.
No, we are no. I mean, what is it? Is it who's the cat that disappears all the time? McCavity.
McCavity.
The mystery cat. We are doing McCavity the mystery cat because
That is
McCavity
very-
is not there.
Very mysterious. You are actually I'm just wondering, is there still a dog in with me? No, I don't think so. I think he's gone.
But also, Nitgit's going to be super confused. Cats? What?
You are going out for some fresh air, and Arthur says, "Now be careful. There's a mist here, and the lake is closer than you think, and we don't want any drownings this year."
No worries. We're just going to go out for a bit of fresh air. We'll be right back. I assume we can stay here tonight, yeah?
Yes. Jenny's making your beds.
Oh, magnificent. It's so kind of you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks.
And out into the full shock of the cold and the mist. It's just a few degrees out there, and the mist just is this kind of condensation, kind of droplets. And even though you're very full from the food and you're warm, you feel this sense. And so people are walking home quite swiftly. You can make perception rolls to me.
What are we doing out here, actually?
I certainly
Well,
have no idea.
Last I checked, there was a large amount of metal someone had on him.
Well, yeah, but we're not going to take it. I mean, I want it, but she got it fair and square.
Yeah, we're not gonna. Well, we'll just see how it goes. But more to the point, there was a couple of people who were particularly interested in that piece of metal, or at least the person who was holding it, and I'd like to find out what's going on with that.
Oh. Well, yeah, no, we definitely should. She seems sweet.
Do you know, I just realised I never asked. You two are, of course, my masters eternal, and I owe you my life debt, but...
Best friends.
Yes, well, let's call it that. What line of work are you in?
Oh, I'm a spelunker. I do caves.
I am wilderness survivalist grave robber.
Oh,
The last bit. You just need to stop saying the last bit.
I mean, he's working for us, and he owes us his life, so I don't really think he's going to go blathering about what it is we actually do, which, put it this way. If you don't want me at some point in the future robbing your grave, of which I will have put you in, don't say anything about that, okay?
I sell the things he takes.
Yeah, she's good like that.
okay.
What do you do?
Oh, well, I suppose I was a magician's apprentice, and then, a second-year apprentice, and a third-year apprentice. Then I graduated to be a fourth-year apprentice. And
Let me guess.
now
you've been
I'm
apprentice
out.
for about 50-something years?
I suppose when you add it all up, not all at once.
Now,
God, I'm so
Damon.
glad we chose crime.
Damon, Nitgit has suddenly exposed himself to be a liability. You're out here like stalking like cats, and he's just chatting away like some kind of half-tank goblin. So he's kind of burbling away in the mist, ruining the whole kind of cat ambience. As you out in the night, how those perception rolls go?
18. Yeah,
Not
success.
for me. I am obviously distracted by the fact Nitgit is very fucking loud. Like,
But such a small creature.
No, he doesn't get the cat thing.
I've built up considerable conversation in my time in the Wizard's Tower. I do apologise.
So you have stolen the knife, I believe, Cricket, because
Oh, no, but I didn't steal it. Nobody asked for it back. Somebody gave it to me and did not ask for it back. That's not stealing.
that is technically how grave robbing works. They don't tend to ask for their
For
stuff.
back.
Sometimes they do. That's a long knife, so you've upgraded your damage to D6.
Yeah.
Normally you've had a dagger which does D3, so you're now doing stabbing harder. But you're going to have to clean the mornay off first because that's kind of
Oh, lick it off.
yes, that'll work.
Carefully.
Nothing weird about that. We can have a very quick look at our kind of battle map setup just to give you an idea. That you're glancing in the mist. You can see Lisbeth's family going good night and turning off into their house. And Wendy and Lisbeth, who are walking at the back, have a quick pash, which is Australian for a quick kiss. And then see you tomorrow. And then Wendy walks on by herself. And there she is walking on by herself, and coming up behind her is Mary and John with their cart, which actually doesn't have a coffin on it.
Of course.
Pie has been eaten. So that's what you see, and then the mist really rolls in and becomes quite thick, and you cannot see anymore.
Do you know how to move silently, Nitgit?
I can certainly try.
Have you, in your time as an apprentice, learned anything to help you move silently, Nitgit?
I can move quickly.
Okay, that's an agility roll.
Nothing.
I have studied the magical discipline of time. I can move fast if I need to, and I can be a little softer, yes, when I need to be. Goblins have an ancestral trait of getting a +1 boon to agility rolls to move or hide, or move silently. So there you
We'll
go.
do that now.
Yeah, I'm gonna use my ability to be tricky on this one.
Yes,
Okay,
we're going to
so-
be.
Trickily quiet.
Oh,
So you can do it
every-
like once a round or something.
Everybody have an agility roll then with your boon.
I beat 20, but I believe that's not special
Oh.
for me.
No, but you can feel special. And I'm
I do.
glad for you.
23.
But mostly Damon, he's like, "Hey, Goblin, are you? Oh, where'd the Goblin go?" Like you totally
yeah.
kind of. All right, how'd the other two go? You all made your 10s, sneaking along.
No, with all that, no. So I should, but no.
How's about that?
I know, it's funny. I feel like there's like a shock of where the hell did the goblin go, look around, and then just like arse over apex it over something he didn't see on the ground. Just like, oof. Very loud exhalation of air as he just trips.
Bang. So you have to collect yourself. The rest of you are moving forward in the mist. What's your goal here? What are you up to?
Just
I'd like
gonna
to know
try
that
and
too.
get around one side of the cart and John and Mary.
Mhm.
And just get close enough to see that Wendy's okay.
Okay. So you the mist kind of comes in,
Like
and
flank.
flip-flopping, and you move forwards quite quietly. And Mary and John are now turning off the road and heading towards a building which seems to be part building, part boat.
Okay.
Wendy must have gone on ahead and further up the track in the mist because you can't see Wendy anymore. But she was kind of skipping, pretty happy, had a gold coin. She was pretty content.
I trust Wendy and John implicitly. They seem like really lovely folks, but I trust Damon more, and Damon didn't trust them.
Damon doesn't.
So I think
She's the reason why we're alive.
which is multiple times the reason that we're alive. So I'm going to put my trusting nature to the side for a moment and try and get a closer look at the cart, at Wendy and John in the cart.
Mary and John.
Mary and John in the cart, and
Wendy's
see if
the
I can
one
see
that's
any sign
disappeared
of.
into the
Is
car.
Wendy?
Wendy's the one with the coin.
Wendy's the teen. Lisbeth, her sweetheart, has already gone home.
Yeah.
Saying, yeah, Wendy has the coin. So you roar forwards and stealthily, Damon, you're kind of hopping from one foot to the other. Your boots on backwards. I don't know what you've done to yourself. Nitgit is moving along too. People remember I told you a million times not to fall in the lake in the mist. You all might like to make a perception roll, or you're going to fall in the lake in the mist. It's a thing that happens. I'm going to give a Bane to Nitgit because you've been getting on the ciders, which is like getting on the beers.
Well, that's probably not going to help my natural 3.
All right, how'd you go through?
10.
All right, there's a
14.
All right, Damon, you're because you've been non-stealthy, you're a little bit back. But so you're not a danger of this. There is a splash as Nitgit falls into the icy lake, and leaving Cricket, you kind of by yourself because you're the one who's kind of streaked out there. And you see this building, which is part building, part boat. I'm just going to arrange another scene change, but there has been a terrible splashing sound as of a goblin falling into the lake. What do you all wish to do?
Get out of the lake.
All right. So you're endeavouring to swim.
I sure will.
I want to hold that result.
Oh, of course.
I want to know what. Map preview. I want to know what Cricket and Damon are going to do.
So do
in
I.
This moment.
Well, I'm doing pretty good with this sneaky thing, so I figure Damon's, yeah.
All right, so you're going to presume Nitgit's fine and sneak on forward. No worries, I'm sure he is.
Yeah.
Damon, what are you going to do?
I have a bit of a tunnel vision focus, I guess, and I'm focused on making sure Wendy's okay. And I'm just really enjoying being the sneaky one, so.
Also, cats do tend to make a lot of noise if they're in trouble.
Yeah.
Damon, what are you going to do?
I am going to kind of look in the direction of where Cricket's gone, go... she's pretty good at staying hidden. Give me a sec. And I'll go in the vague direction of where I heard the splash and the yelp.
All right.
Very carefully, of course. I did roll high enough, I think, to know where the lake is, at least. So I'll go and see if I can locate the damp goblin.
All right. So, Nitgit, now's the time to make that strength roll as you try to extract yourself. The good news is that help is on the way.
No, I rolled a 10 with -2 strength. It's not going to help me.
Oh my god.
Oh my God, Damon, you are going to have to rescue Nitgit.
Please.
That sounds very much like there's an implication I don't have to.
Well, we've rescued him once already.
Oh, yeah, but that was by accident. I didn't expect to actually have responsibility of something. Barely have responsibility myself. All right.
Hell.
All right. I will go and I guess I'll just hold something out for him to grab onto and try and get
That's
him.
a strength roll and a tricky way to.
Yes, I will strength roll, which is good because my strength is also very bad. I'm not strong.
Okay.
Well, that's good because my tricky got rid of my -2, so it's a flat 16.
Woo!
right. So you, we can get the scene up now, Jackson. That's ready for showtime. We've got down here on the lakeshore, the red base miniature. That's Damon, and there's Nitgit in the blue, floating around there, but getting hauled into safety.
Could you
Meanwhile,
pan us over just a little bit to the left, Mark? Just
of
almost,
course,
it's right in the
yeah.
edge. Perfect. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I understand. Cropping is not the same. Thank you. Now, okay, so Cricket, you're coming in from this side of the building. As you can see, it's made of boats. Oh my
That's
God,
cool.
it's full of boats. You can hear that the horse kind of clip-clopping up around kind of this area. Okay, down here. All right, what do you want to do?
Has Damon just pulled Nitgit? Oh, sorry, we're out to Cricket.
No,
Sorry.
I'm thinking. You guys go. I'm thinking. Let me think.
Oh, it is. I'm afraid it is on for you, Cricket.
Oh,
because
okay.
They're performing the lake rescue, which is very
Okay.
cold, and you are.
I'm going to see if I can do a pre-sneak in. I'm going to see if I can get in before they do.
Oh wow!
Through maybe a different entry, like a window or something, so that I can already be in there and like secret myself away before they get in there.
All right. Well, hilariously, I'm now going to have to pick the building up to kind of see where the doors are at, but I'm sure that Johnny Fraser Allen has sculpted some entries on here for me. All right. So there you go. Right there. Is that on shop?
There's a door.
That is
That's a door.
exactly the door that
Oh,
you
there's a
want.
window near it. Love it.
Yep. And that's facing where you want to go. So you, this is really different position. Oh my God, the building moved. It's the Fae. They're shifting shit around again, leaving flowers. So there it is. All right. That's a doddle for you to get in there. It's not locked or anything. You just yoink the shutters.
Yeah.
And in you go. As the rest of you two get yourselves together, I'm now going to take the roof off.
Dun, dun, dun.
Amazing.
And, so I'm going to change camera angles. So that's going to make everyone very sick. So Jackson, let me throw this away for a second. Excellent. Beautiful.
It's gone.
Gone. It was like it was.
It does occur to me that I could have, now too late, that I could have used my fortune, of course, to avoid falling in that
In the
lake.
lake. Yes.
But that moment is well and truly past.
Yeah, I only get it once. So let's spend it.
I may be
when
selfish,
you need
but
it.
I am going to use this to survive.
All right, so Cricket, you have
Nice one.
popped in through this window. You are now inside the building, there in the dark. As you can hear, let me see, are you in the kitchen? Oh my God, you are absolutely in the kitchen. You can see, you can hear in the room next door that Mary and John seem to be dragging something in. There's a kind of a bump as they're carrying something. Also in the kitchen, you can see there's a lot of pastry crumbs and a second pie case. It's a blind bake. So there is another coffin here made of pastry. And next door, you can see, you can hear, but hold our legs. It's your turn this year. I did it last year. So that's what's going on in the house. As
Fucker. Where are they?
all right, you two hasten around. You're around
have
here. What is
hoiked.
your plan?
Hoik Nitgit up by the color.
Oh my goodness.
Yep.
There is actually, you know what? You said there was magical glue involved. I've yoinked you up by your wig.
That's fair. That's fair. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Master Damon. Thank you. I can't believe it. Twice
Shut
in
up.
one day, I
Shut up.
owe a life debt.
Shut up.
What are the odds?
Shut up.
Simply astronomical.
Slap.
I'll tell you why.
Just to like knock you out of it.
I tell you why you fell in, Nitgit.
Please do.
And it's to do with something you noticed earlier in the night. As you were walking along, you got this sudden incredible smell of ammonia, of piss, because the house down along from this one seems to be the dyer. So that's where they dye their clothing, and they use the ammonia, they use the urine in order to dye clothes, as they did in oldie times. So you went, oh, it's a strong smell of piss. And then you fell in the lake and you thought, oh my God, I've just fallen into pee. And you're very pleased that actually you did not fall into urine. The lake waters are nice and clean. As you're bobbing up and down drowning, you go, well, this could be worse. But definitely you go, oh, that's right. They take the ammonia away in barrels. They don't put it into the lake. So you are hastening. You can see that there's a cart has stopped. The cart is empty. There is no sign of Cricket. There is no sign of Mary and John. Cricket, they are coming into this room. What are you going to do?
Under the kitchen table.
Under the table. All right.
Is it like, I'm assuming it's pretty dark in here.
It is very dark in here. As you can see, it's all kind of, it's a standard kind of medieval setup. So you scoot under the table, and there's a big shelf, like a stone shelf, by the window.
Yeah,
that's where the coffin, the pastry coffin, is. And you can see it was baked earlier today, so it's cool. And
I might do a real creepy shuffle under the shelf, like a real backwards crab shuffle under the shelf.
Of course you can. That is fantastic. Now I'm just going to let you've made a bang and stealth roll, so I'm just going to keep rolling with that. So you do a creepy backwards shuffle under the table, and then there is a thump as Mary and John drop a sack, which seems to be the weight of about one teenager, bonk, onto the table. And then, you're too squeamish, John, says Mary, getting down the axe. What are you two doing outside?
I think now's about time to make a rather sudden entrance, don't you?
I thought we were just getting some fresh air.
Oh, didn't you realise there was a young teenager about to be murdered by a couple of humans in this bloody village?
But they said it was the mists. They said people get lost in the mist. You don't think... But they were so nice.
Last time I checked, we pulled you out of a village full of humans.
You can make an intelligence roll there, Damon.
What was that, sorry?
Make an intelligence roll, please.
Intelligence. Got it.
Damon.
Am I permitted to do this in a tricky way? Sure. Woo!
I'm having flashbacks to our last game, where everything we did, we were like, let's be tricky.
Do you know what? A 4 and a 4 and a 2 is 10.
Oh, hi, 2. You suddenly realise you're falling into the Nitgit trap. You are here for fast action and rescue, and he's going, well, what's going on? It's a nice night for a walk. And you suddenly think, that girl is dying right now because I'm talking to this goblin. So pick it up. What are you doing?
Whack him over the back of the head and go, get inside. And then I'm going to walk up to the door, and I'm gonna whack on it.
So you can see, if I put the roof back on, where is...
Actually, no, I'm sorry. I'm going to wreck on that.
Okay.
I'm going to smack him on the back of the head and say, "Get inside," because he talks a lot.
Yes.
Okay.
A distraction goblin.
Yep. And I am going to loop around, have around the back where the cart was, and go in that way to try and pin stuff.
Actually, stairs up here that go kind of up to the upper level. You can't quite see them because of where I parked the camera. So you can come in above. Or you can run around the building and look for another door. And you figure, because the cart's parked there is going to be another door.
Do I have an idea of which seems like the better option?
Well, you've just mentioned the cart. If that's where they went in, that seems like a pretty direct way to go.
Sure. We've got to go direct. Let's go direct. I'm going through the back. Yeah. I'm sending Gobbo friend through the front to talk. As he does best.
Alrighty.
Unless I'm mistaken, there does appear to be a door into the kitchen.
Okay, so there's a door right here. So you are knocking on the door, is that what I heard?
I'm sending sorry, I don't know if I can see correctly on the map, but is there a door?
Oh, no, don't. Yes, you're standing at a door right there. That is a door. Okay.
Is there another entrance in the bottom?
You could pile. You'd have to pile in the window like Cricket did. Cricket went in a window there.
All right, in that case.
But also, you're using knowledge of the interior of the house that
Right,
Damon
gotcha,
doesn't
gotcha.
have. So you
Okay,
don't-
if there is only one
Yeah.
door I can see, I will go upstairs because I don't want to be at the door. That's what the goblin's for. So I will go upstairs and try and get in the top of the house to get.
All
down.
right. So I'm loving this Hagglethorn Hollow action. So, of course, we could just describe it, but let me have my toys, damn it. Because we're campaign coins and we like making shit. All right. So that's left you, Nitgit, here to knock on the door and make some inquiry.
I knock on the door and make some inquiry.
All right, there's Cricket going, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? What am I going to do? As the axe is taken down and hold her steady, says Mary. And you're just about thinking, oh my God, what am I going to do? And then knock, knock, knock. That's fantastic. On the door. I was like, who's that? I don't know. What get them? So Mary stands here with the axe while John goes to the next room. Okay, and opens it up. Meanwhile, Damon, you're upstairs. You're in a bedroom, and there are stairs down. You're looking down there. It's not like a bedroom. It's like a loft in which they sleep. Because, surprise, medieval houses ain't that big. So you are now peering down the stairs. You can see that they've cut open the bag. There's Wendy with a ginormous bruise on her head. She's being coshed, and you probably can't see Cricket's feet, or maybe you can. Cricket, make
I kind of backed up under it, so like.
Yeah. Okay, Cricket, make a agility stealth, and Damon make a perception. You're comparing results. If Damon's perception is better than Cricket's stealth,
15.
5.
fantastic. Yeah, there's Cricket. There's
I'm good
Cricket's
at-
feet.
I'm good at.
You probably
I'm good
say,
at
like-
picking out my sister.
Yeah.
Like I'm
You'd
like
probably
where
see
would
like.
Cricket B got it.
Yeah, you
Alright,
would
so-
see. You would be looking for it, and you'd see like the almost reflective flash of her eyes and the knife under the bench.
Hey.
She's like
Alright.
spidering. She's like,
Now there is Mary, still holding the axe, but kind of putting it behind her and watching to the next room, where John has opened the door.
my arm's going up to the axe.
Master Goblin.
Yes, Nitgit.
Yeah, yes.
It was John, wasn't it?
Yes. And
Yes.
It's very late, and we've been baking since dawn, and we had to catch all the fish as well. So,
Of course.
uh,
I can imagine.
I hope you enjoyed the party, and I hope you'll be back next year. Good night.
Very much.
Do
Oh,
something.
He shuts the door. Mary goes, oh, and John goes, and then it knocks again. So that's going on. Meanwhile, Damon at the top of the stairs looking down. You're above. Cricket under the table. I'm getting the sense Nitgit's going to keep on and running interference. Is there a triggering action? Does something occur?
has Mary put the axe down? Like, has she reached behind her and put it down?
Mary is holding the axe behind her with the air of someone who will use it if this goblin doesn't go away. If anything, you can hear the of knuckles tightening around the half of the axe,
I'm not
doing
done.
the very reverse of dropping it.
If I, because am I visible from where I am if I was to announce myself?
Well, yeah, you're literally up in their bedroom loft, so you can like stick your head over.
Great.
You tell me what you want to happen.
Great. So I'm gonna put my hood up, which is nice and menacing.
Mhm.
And I'm gonna lean over the balcony. I'm gonna
All
say,
right, I'm going to freeze in that moment because I'm really interested as you're leaning over because Nitgit, you've knocked on the door and John opens it. What?
Oh yes, it is terribly late, and I'm so So very sorry to bother you again after such a long and joyful evening, and I know that you must be getting to bed.
We're really tired, and you're being a shit guest. Now piss off. I don't like goblins anyway. And he just slams it.
Oh no, a monster!
And now... Oh, you know monster?
Oh no, a monster! I cast
sorry.
I cast Conjure Small Monster. A small
Oh my
monster
God.
leaps out of the shadows and attacks me.
It attacks you.
Yeah.
Oh my God. All right. So that's that. I did not expect that. Nobody expected that. Chat, did you expect that? I didn't expect that. So what? And this is the point where you are that's a fantastic knife and slightly alarming.
Hey, that's really nice.
To my shame, I do not own a dagger, but I will
I think
rectify
we're all
that.
comforted by that. So you are leaning over the thing, and you're about to announce yourself, Damon. What are you saying?
I'm gonna lean over and I'm gonna get my dagger out and I'm gonna start picking under my nails with my dagger. I'm just gonna say, Mistress Mary, it is genuinely delightful to see you down in your kitchen. I think you should.
She looks up. She's holding the axe. You're looking at an unconscious teenager on the table. It's fairly kind of clear. She's like, John! And she's storming up the stairs.
Well, see, so my aim was to use threat.
Oh, I have cut you off, Arson. I apologise for that. So that is threaten away. What's going to happen?
So I believe, do this so I can hear more easily. I make an intelligence attack roll.
Mm-hmm.
I believe. Let me bring up my novice training.
Yep.
Against their will.
Okay. She is quite willful. Her will is 11.
All right. I will be doing this in a tricky way. Please and thank you. And if I succeed.
Now, I want to let you know that you only do tricky once per round.
Yeah, that's cool.
That means there'll be no stabbing from you this round. If you...
I mean, I still get to
tricky
stab. I
round.
just can't stab trickily.
That's
That's
yes,
fine.
yeah.
I wasn't planning on stabbing. Planning on letting Cricket do the
she
stabbing.
is.
That's
All right.
fine.
Cool.
All right. 9. It's very annoying. That is a 7, which is not a 14. I know it's not 11, unfortunately.
You're all being like, Gamemaster, I'm Damon, I'm the Strider, I'm in charge of the scene, I'm going to frighten this person. And as she's like running at you with the axe, going, John, you see this expression, this crazy expression. It's anger. It's also a bit terror. Like, John, get over here. Like she's
Cricket.
just psycho.
Yeah.
You have totally distracted John. This monster leaps on you. Like, hey, boss, am I tickling or cuddling? What's the play?
Because you regularly just summon a monster to cuddle.
Yeah, as we rehearsed from the top. 5, 6, 7, 8.
There's the monster. The monster is grabbed you by, like, it's wrapped one of its kind of furry limbs around your throat and is pressing lightly. You might want to make an agility roll for your monster to see how light that pressage is.
I sure will. For my monster, my monster is not that agile, even less agile than me. So can I do all the hard work here? Can I use my agility instead?
No, you've told the monster to play fight you and it's a bit shit at it.
But I'm trying to make it look good. I'm trying to make it look realistic
I
here.
know,
All right.
The
Very
monster
good.
has got an intellect of 6, Jackson.
Oh my, I didn't even notice that. Oops. All right, let's see what happens. So that's a natural 2. Minus 2
Fantastic.
agility is 0.
All right, so you're like, your monster is throttling you.
So I think-
You actually take a point of damage.
Well, no, I think that's what's about to happen, but I am suddenly terribly fortunate. May I be so
Works for
bold
me.
as to spend my point of fortune that I might make that roll a success?
No, because it was the monsters roll. So suck shit, goblin. Gotcha. All right. So anyway,
You could spend it
monsters.
to give the monster 2 boon though.
Yeah, but then it'd have to roll 2 5s.
Yeah.
You take a point of damage.
You look so betrayed.
But it is a fantastic distraction. It completely takes John out of what is happening next door, which is a fight. So we're going to fight on, everybody. We start our first combat round. What have I done? Here it is. Metal. So, Shadow of the Demon Lord. Party adventurers always go first. There's no initiative roll. Heroes just go first. A combat round has a fast turn and a slow turn. If you just want to do an action, if you're in the box seat to do the action you need to do, then take a fast turn. If you need to move, so fast, if you need to move, and you can move a little bit, do an action, move some more, take a slow turn. Cricket, you're right there near Mary's ankles. So you're on the scene, and that's a terrifying prop. So I'm going to say the fast turn now begins. Who's going to take a fast action?
Absolutely. As soon as yes, goblin.
So Cricket's going to go fast. Nitgit's going to go fast. Damon, you're
Fast. Yeah, I'll take fast. I'm going to assume what I can do is doable in a fast turn. So yes.
actually, I might be a bit mean because there's only one Mary and all of you guys. I think this is the point. That's actually when you're doing your threat.
Yeah, that's fair.
You're trying to threaten her down as your action. It didn't work, but Cricket's on the scene. What char? You're going to stab her in a tricky way.
I am going to stab her in a tricky way.
Unless we wanted to have Nitgit go first. It's party's choice who goes first within the party.
I think Nitgit's a bit busy. I definitely want to stab this woman. I'm going to try and like Achilles heel her, like scuttle out from under the table and basically just swipe across the back of the Achilles heels, coming out of absolutely nowhere.
So her defense is normally 12 with a big leather apron, but you're coming from below, so her defense is 10.
Yeah. And I've got a couple of things. I'm going to do this in a tricky way. So that gives me a burn. And if I attack with one burn, I can do it with an extra 1d6.
Okay, so
The damage.
Well,
beat her defense of 10. Good luck.
Yeah.
it's 2d6 because of backstab. So you get
Yeah. Because backstab is once per round with one burn, extra 2d6, but that's a separate thing. So this is the first thing is...
Let's start with the stabbing. You need to get 10 to get her. Good luck.
Okay. Like 19.
She is stabbed from below.
Okay, so I've got my
You're
d6.
going to do 3d6 damage to her.
I do.
because the knife.
D6 because you had a burn. And
D6 for the knife.
extra
D6 for the burn. D6 for the
Backstab.
for the... No, hang on. Yeah, D6 for the burn, and then hang on, one more thing. And no, 16. No, that's fine. So that doesn't count. Yeah, I'm just making sure all of my things are in play.
No, this is what rogues do.
Yeah. 9.
9. All right. You stab her in the Achilles heel. Her health is 11. There is an absolute shriek as she kind of face plants kabang onto the stone steps with a shriek, rolling around with this crazy look in her eyes, sees there's someone under her table and is now swinging at you with the axe. Now, meanwhile, Nitgit, what are you up to?
All right, I'm also taking a fast turn. I glance over to see if John's bought it.
John has totally bought. Well, he's more just like, what the fuck?
If
he's
if he's still... I rolled a 0 on that agility for the monster.
No. What you did is the most extraordinary distraction. A
Excellent.
monster runs out. He's like, Mary! You've totally flummoxed him. I didn't expect
Oh,
that.
excellent.
I will next time, Jackson. So, yeah,
Fantastic.
John is not leaving this doorway because that's a weird scene.
All right, fantastic. I'm going to. My monster also acts on a fast turn. It gets one action. So we're going to each use our action to tumble and wrestle into the doorway that we might cause a scene inside the house.
All right, that is fantastic. What John has done is he's reached up and got a boat hook and he's like, get out of the way! And he's stabbing your monster. He's rescuing you.
Oh,
Because he's
Very
a
kind
nice-
of him.
not-
oh, good.
Hang on.
So what's your monster's defense?
Great question. It's not great because it's just a small. It's bigger than a tiny, and its defense is 13, which is more than mine.
Good Lord, that's a crazy tumbling monster. I'm going to use my Norse Foundry Demon Blood dice. So let's see how that goes. Kabwang, 15! Bang! He gives your monster a belting. And he belts it for he belts it for 5 points of damage.
Ooh,
Whack!
ouch. It's only got 15.
Wow, 15 points. Oh, okay, all right. So he's trying to rescue
Again,
you.
more health than me.
All right.
Same.
Good. I think this was a good choice of spell. I'm quite pleased with myself.
All right. Meanwhile, axe is being swung at Cricket. Cricket, what is your
Does
defense?
Gobbo not have a turn, or was your turn was
My-
just to roll inside?
Yeah, we're doing this great big
He rolled-
circus
he- he
performance
rolled-
together. Yeah.
All right.
Sorry, so we're still on the
Cricket,
fast turn, or is this the slow turn?
that's. Sorry. You're rolling, or you're doing something else?
Oh no.
You're tumbling along.
I ask for the coin I've got over here in the side.
Yeah. Thank you. No, we'll go to slow turn now.
Go to slow turn. There it is.
Oh, okay. Ruby. I'm just looking at a monster. That's no problem. Anyway, everyone can imagine a monster, not a problem. You're tumbling in there, you're keeping John busy. Cricket, what's your defense?
11.
11. She rolls a 10. So what she does is chop directly into the table, and luckily it wood splinters near Wendy. Like really like chopped right into Wendy's head. It actually gets the agility, doesn't kill Wendy with the axe there and then, but trying to smash at you. Chips are flying. That is the end of that whole turn. As John is now, there's probably too much kind of monster kind of blah, blah. He's going to have to roll a perception to see if he's aware of Mary. He has actually. He's like, you're all right. So John is kind of getting the idea something's going on. We're doing a whole new combat round. Damon, you are fully operational now. You can do whatever you want. So we're starting again with fast. Who would like to be fast? Okay. So you.
I'm going to. Yeah, I'll go fast.
Roll fast.
Okay, you're all fast. So who wants to do something first?
If John has noticed Mary, then my monster is going to pounce him.
Okay, that is definitely what's happened. So pounce away, monster. John's defense is 12 because he's still wearing his leather apron.
Fantastic. I should actually describe my monster because literally the stat block is small monster, which I really like about Shadow Demon Lord, to be honest, because it's just like, make this whatever you like, which I loved when I was running the game. So it's this enormous, of course, inky furry black spider. Actually, it's a small monster, so it's a black spider about the size of me. So out come the pincers. And it rolls with one boon. That's very cool. For a total of 12.
12 is exactly a hit.
Fantastic. It does 1d6 damage. So I grab a d6. It pegs him for 4 damage.
All right.
Quite pleased with
Okay,
that.
so it bites John. It's like grabbing itself around his leg. It's letting go, and he's like, and it's kind of holding him. Cricket, what are you doing next door?
Cricket, well, I'm going to do the exact same thing again, except not the Achilles chain, and I'm going to go for like the femoral, like up around the thighs, like out from under the table, like.
All right, have a go.
Rolling with one bone.
She's just kind of bouncing down the stairs, like sort of shrieking, like mad.
Yeah, and she's hit that, and I'm just going to come straight up from under the table. That is a 19.
19.
4 d6 this time, because if I do backstab again, I get the extra d6.
No, it's only if you choose the
just
second time.
Yeah. That's
Oh, if you choose it the next time you level up. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be
3d6, 10.
All right, you absolutely get the artery you were looking for, and she kind of, like, now there's a point where you've stabbed her, the knife is in her, she realizes that, she's starting to kind of shudder and she's dropping the axe. Wendy is moaning. Damon, what are you doing up there?
Can I? Do I have a bead on John?
Absolutely not, because you're somewhere above this room and John is in the next room. So you could use your fast turn to run down into the kitchen, and then you'll be able to burst in on John next turn.
Or you could take a slow turn and move and hit him as well.
I can't change what I'm gonna do, like my turn.
Look, I'll no, just attention, because it amuses me to make Nitgit. You kind of run down here to save, because I'm an asshole, to save Cricket, to see that Cricket does not need saving. If anything, you're going to need to roll agility, because there's a lot of blood on these stairs now as you come running down into the room.
I mean, if Cricket is fine, I was just gonna stay there and aim, because I've got rocks and a sling.
Okay. Yeah. That's it. All right. Cricket is fine, but you're going to have to move to find out more about what's going on.
That's right. I'll go downstairs.
You can't really tell.
I'll agility down the stairs. Given that I'm doing this is my one thing around, I'll do it with my boon.
Yay! And Nitgit, what are you doing in there yourself?
As far as I can tell, my cover is not blown with John, so I'm just going to cast a little bit of arcane armor and sit quietly and think about what I've done.
Okay. John is yelling. He's thumping at the monster, which he's now missing. It had a mad defense, didn't it?
13, I believe.
Yeah.
13.
13. Oh, he totally hits that then. Okay, he belts the monster with the boat hook for 2. Oh, no, he can more. 7 points of damage.
Oh, it's still standing.
All right, it is. As Damon comes running into the room, you see the scene. You're coming in directly behind John. You're going to be able to get him good next turn. Cricket, Mary is kind of shuddering, and she's kind of rolling down the stairs. And she's like reaching for you.
Just step backward. Has she still got the axe?
No, that dropped out of her hands.
I'm just going to step back towards. I'm going to step back towards Wendy and kind of stand in front of Wendy.
So you're popping up then?
Oh yeah, no, I popped up last time.
Okay, yeah, popped up. Okay, she's trying to talk to you. Are you just walking away from her, or are you?
I'm probably just going to lean back to be like, I don't want to kill you, you know.
Okay. Now, meanwhile, next turn, everyone is fully operational. This is your time to shine, Damon. How will the murdering commence as you come in behind John? I think it's a new turn. It's going to be fast. Am I right?
Yes, I am. First of all, I'm going to attempt to threaten him.
Is that an action?
Oh, it is an action. Yeah. I'm still going to threaten him. I'm going to be like, you're up shit creek, mate, and you do not have a paddle.
All right, nice. Did the monster attack him? I forgot that. Yes, it did. Yeah, it got some damage on him. All right, beautiful. His will is, he's not as willful as Mary. His will is 10. So
Good.
Have a threaten.
Good that she died, because if I fail this, they're immune to my threats for like a day. It's very annoying. Uh, 4 and 5 is 9, and 2 is 11.
Okay. Now I've got some good news for you. You can use a triggered action to threaten him which means you could use your regular action to murder him if you wish to. Say on a slow, you wait slow, and then use the triggered action to threaten him when he's about to get you. Do you know what I mean? So that will allow you to have the best of all worlds.
Cool.
So you could say, my trigger is I'm gonna threaten him when he tries to.
Got it.
Does that
I
work for
mean,
you?
that is absolutely fine and definitely works for me. I'm still going to use my boon for, like, I'll keep that roll because
Yep. Okay. Great. Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine with that. No.
But I will attempt to attack him without a boon anyway, which just means I'll stab him a bit with a knife if I succeed.
All right. You're probably, I presume, waiting till after him to get the best result of the threat. Is that the idea, or are you just gonna stab then threaten, or threaten then stab?
At first, questions later.
I'm gonna stab because I feel like that gives my threats more weight.
It certainly it says that you mean what you say. Okay, have a stab. Normal stab. Defense is 12.
Nope, that's a what do I add? Agility? That's 3. So no, I do not.
Oh,
but that's fine.
Oh my God.
I attempt to stab him and then go, "You're fucked, mate."
All right, and you threaten him. Is he threatened?
Yeah. Yes. I rolled an 11.
All right.
So he becomes frightened for a round.
Okay, so he is frightened. So frightened means he has a bane on everything. But more important, you, a murderous person, popping up behind him. You say you fuck mate in exactly the same way that he can turn around and see all the blood and his wife on the floor, and there's Cricket with a huge knife, and he's
and a grin.
He's absolutely shocked by this. What's the monster doing? What are you doing, Nitgit?
Righto. Monster will just keep on attacking John. It seems like my master Damon has hostile intentions toward John, so therefore, so do I. So the monster will have a go, and then I'm going to have a go. Monster will have a go for what was his defense? I think it's enough.
His defense is 12.
Excellent. I've hit him, and I'll do a little bit of damage. Just 3 this time, as if he's still standing. I'm going to follow it up with a spell of my own.
He is still standing. He's got the monster wrapping around him. I guess it's like crawling up him, and it's like spidery limbs are starting to kind of go up his nose. And
absolutely.
It's scraping, and the hug is getting kind of a bit barbed and nasty. And he's just like, and he's seeing what's happening next door with Cricket and Mary. It's horrible.
And with the one bit of head that I can see poking through the spider's furry body, I will send 7 unerring darts, which automatically hit him for 7 damage.
Nice.
Good Lord, you're using mad spells here. So, John says, no, and then bang, like all these darts burst through him, Damon. You have to kind of duck out of the way as they come through his body. And he goes, mother, and he hits the deck dead. And Mary's, don't understand. She does not get her feast.
I hear anything you're saying.
No, you might.
No. Mary is in a very bad way, and she
we will imagine the croaks.
You don't understand. If she doesn't get her feast, then everyone will. And she dies.
Well, that sounds like a them problem. Cricket, we're leaving.
It does sound like a them problem. Hey, do you think she's pretty? About Mary.
Do you want her face?
I don't know. She's got kind of a homely sort of. No, never mind.
I mean, no, take it for the road, sure. It'll probably get us out of here quicker.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I mean, untying Wendy, obviously freeing Wendy. And is she awake? She's conscious? Are you okay? Are you all right?
Actually, no, she's way too groggy. She's got no idea what's happening.
Okay.
Not 9 on her strength roll. So she's she's really very concussed.
I mean, I don't think it's safe to leave her here, though, is it?
It's definitely not safe for us to be here. If she,
I know, but
recognizes. So grab that bloody coin and let's go.
No, it's Mary's. It's Wendy's coin. I'm not stealing the coin off her.
You die.
And I'm gonna take the axe that Wendy had. No, sorry, that Mary had, and I'm gonna like put it in Wendy's hand so it looks like Wendy killed her own assailant.
You might want to untie Wendy first, but yeah.
Yeah. I've already untied her. Like I untied her. Yeah, and then I'm gonna
like
press the axe into her hand and pat her on the head.
All right. She wasn't tied. She was literally just poshed and
knocked out. Yeah.
Put in a bag.
Checks out.
Yeah, that is the case. There's also a strong smell of Mornay here because there is a huge cauldron of Mornay on the fire, enough to fill that pie case.
Is there anything that can be considered like medieval Tupperware containers?
Smaller pie
clay
cases.
pots?
Like
Clay
pie
pots?
cases, takeaways, and I can just
Clay pots, right?
All right.
Yeah, clay pots.
At that moment, I'm running out of voice, so I must get more H2O. Would everybody like to take a brief break? Or yes, perfect. Thank you, everyone. We will be back in 5. Is 5 good?
5's good.
5's good.
5 it is.
See you in a bit.
Thank you, Jackson. See you in a bit.
And we're back. Thank you for sticking around. We appreciate your patience. We're ready to keep rolling some dice.
And I appreciate this H2O. It's like it falls from the sky. All right, so a horrible scene with this bubbling of Mornay in here, and Wendy kind of groggy on the table holding an axe, and Mary dead on the floor, and John also. And I guess the monster turning into vapors and hugging out.
I was just looking into that, funnily enough. I was just saying that in other D20 fantasy games, whenever you conjure a creature, it says, and if you do this, it disappears, or it disappears after this long, or this happens. But no, in Demon Lord, if you conjure a monster, you've just brought a monster into the world. And I think it just sticks around, which seems on brand.
That's fantastic. All right.
Just like, shoo, and the
Yeah,
monster's like...
I mean, the monster is still compelled, which means it does what I say, and it doesn't have an end condition to be compelled. But I think Nitgit has a soft spot for his monsters. So he compels the monster to go. Be free. Find your calling. Stalk into the night. And it's quite beautiful. There are some tears shed. I read a short
maybe
poem.
wait to do that after we've left this island?
Okay, so there is Wendy still with her coin, although maybe not with her coin anymore.
I'm not taking them. I'm not stealing from a teenage girl who nearly got murdered. She's earned it, honestly.
And who will soon die? Like everybody will die, Cricket.
That feels like a them problem.
That was the horror on Mary's face. And all of that community and all those people who welcomed you and made you so happy and welcome among them. And Wendy herself, who had no idea whatsoever she was about to be set upon. But looking around here, and you know that all of those barrels of fish, which is the kind of prosperity of the village, seemed like Mary and John were really good fisher people, unbelievably kind of fortunate in their catch. So yeah, Mary and John are dead for their crimes of about to kill Wendy with an axe and stick her in a pie. But what's the difference? She'll be dead soon anyway, like everyone else.
You don't have the capacity to, I don't know, like conjure a small human or something, do you, Nitgit?
A small human.
I don't know, something else to toss into this bloody lake.
Well, no, but small monsters are quite flexible. In the night, in the fog, yes, I suppose they could resemble a human.
Hang on. We've got 2 dead bodies right here. Why don't we just roll them in?
Oh, that's a really good idea. Why not stick them in the pie?
And we just
Genius.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
Does it have to go in the pie or the lake?
I feel like given there's a pie and like Mornay, I think we just put it all in the pie and then we dump the pie in the lake. I feel like that's the normal, the normal.
Smart.
Yeah.
We've got well. Do you know what? We've got 2 bodies, 1 pie coffin, and a lake. So why don't we split the difference? Just roll one the fuck in and put one in the coffin and shove that in.
With the Mornay after you've taken your carry away. Yeah.
Yeah, as a pie. So we can split the difference. Try both options.
All right, let's do it.
We have an extra corpse. Why not?
Right, let's do it. Let's go.
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
Also, given
yes.
given that John is significantly full of holes, I think he's probably easier to chop up and put into a pie, right?
He goes in the pie. John goes in the pie.
Mara goes in the lake.
Mara goes in the lake.
Done.
It's caught and it's gutted and baked all inside.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's fine.
We're talking to 2 people who have questionable consciences at best.
Indeed.
And another that
they're
just does what the other
changing.
2 tells him.
Yep. All right. So by this flickering light, this hideous scene with this girl, her eyes flickering, is she aware in that kind of coma state? Does she have any idea what is going on as the knives?
I'm probably gonna lead her upstairs to the sleeping balcony, like their bedroom loft, and just like tuck her in.
Okay.
And I'm gonna make sure the coin is like secure in her pocket.
All right. Who's going into the pie?
I believe John's going into the pie because he's full of magic dart hole things.
Well, yes. Right. Sure.
So I mean, he's already
In bits.
yeah, he's already in a few bits. So
Alrighty. So John is rolled in and with
Covered
the
with
Mornay.
Mornay.
I also took a little bit for the road, a little bit of money for the road.
Mm-hmm.
And his hand, of course, is hanging out.
Pop.
All right.
Is this a particularly
And,
corrupt action, asking for a friend?
Well,
You can hear Thor having a.
That is
Tad.
that is Tad. I
Right.
apologize.
No, that's Tad.
I would like to put an argument to you as the game master as to why this is not in fact particularly corrupt right now. My argument is thus. These 2 people were going to kill a teenager. We saved the teenager. When they were dying, they told us if something in the lake didn't get sacrificed, the village would die. We are doing the good thing by saving the village.
Saving
Yes.
more lives, net lives saved, comes out as a positive number.
I would say
You would fail
it is
the trolley
indeed-
problem.
It is indeed. They're just desserts, except it's a main course. Oh, that was corrupt. That was bad. All
Alex
right.
has left the chat.
I agree. They have endeavoured to have a victim for some unknown purpose. And so the pie case goes on, and then you're going to bake it for a while, I guess.
Yeah, I'm gonna use my agility knife skills on some extra pastry to do like some cute little cutouts of like fish, extra pie topper things.
Oh, I love those.
Yeah, a bit of
Um,
extra decoration.
Quick question for Nitgit. You don't have the capacity to, I don't know, keep someone in stasis, do you? You said you had time magic.
Yes, I believe that was going to happen as a 64th level apprentice, but the year apprentice, but I didn't quite get there. No, I can move quickly. That's my only time spell.
Great. Well, if the young lady upstairs wakes up, I expect you to move quickly and club her across the head again, so she goes unconscious.
All right.
That is your order as my double life debt, debtor.
The smell is starting to permeate, which I don't think bothers changelings because they're fake creatures. But boy, Nitgit smells good. The other white meat.
My personality trait that I rolled on my random table is that I try to rise above the squalor that isn't goblins are known for.
Bravo.
Try being
Well
the
done,
operative
you.
word, I suppose.
No, that's delightful. As a former carnivore, I call it the traitor stomach when you pass a barbecue. It's like, no, we don't do that anymore. So,
big mood.
yeah. So, the pie is baked. I think someone's going in the lake in the meantime, right?
Mary's going in the lake.
Damon and Cricket will take Mary over to the lake, and like as we're gonna heft her in, I'll just look at Cricket and be like, "You sure you don't want her face?"
I can take her face if I like. I mean, I don't have to do it now.
That's true. Just commit her to memory or something. Might be useful. Don't know.
Oh yeah.
I mean, she's dead now.
You will never forget her because of the look that she gave you and the look of kind of sheer kind of horror and terror. Like you cannot forget her. That's leaving you in charge, Nitgit. Are we getting a chef's hat and apron going on here?
I think I can. I have a spell called Conjure Useful Item. So at that, I will conjure a chef's hat.
All right, perfecto. And it is smelling really good and utterly unlike what you've been smelling all day, which has been that really strong ammonia, that strong pea smell. So you're glad that's not clouding your olfactory senses anymore. So you two are out. You are getting a bit of the pea smell because the Dyer hut is just the next one along. Those kind of barrels are there, and they're stored on the high side away from the lake. As you are rolling Mary in.
Hop.
All right. And
quick usual. She's dead. Got any valuables on her? Got a purse?
She not on her. No, she was just out for
a wedding ring.
Yeah.
Anything?
Yeah, she absolutely has a wedding ring for sure.
Not anymore. She doesn't.
Nope.
Okay.
Anything of value on her body in one or both of our pockets?
Unfortunately, the other wedding ring is in the pie now. Like there's a bit of a tradition of a little kind of gold thing in the pie for someone. Sure.
Exactly. So we've left that one in, but that's fine.
Part of the recipe. And you give a heave and a splash, and it makes the sound of a body hitting a body of water. Is she weighted down with rocks, or is she?
Yeah,
is
we've
she
done
a
this before.
floater?
She's probably got like neutral buoyancy level.
Yeah, I'd probably chuck some stones in her pocket, but we didn't spend any time on it. So I'd say she's any stones on the shore I would have put in her pockets and her apron pocket.
Yeah, they're fishing people. They're bound to have a lot of sinkers. They're bound to have a lot of lead.
Might have wrapped her up in some line and sinkers and just.
Okay, all right. So you go, all right, I'll get some line and sinkers. And you go, there are none here. There is not a fish. There is not a net. There is not a line. There's actually no fishing gear here whatsoever.
Yeah, they're
for a boat and empty barrels.
Yeah, they're cult people. They make the sacrifice the fish jump in the barrels.
Right.
I feel like that's cheating and they're getting what they deserve, to be honest.
Cricket, you know me. Humans are waste of bloody space. I can all die as far as I'm concerned.
I disagree, but in this case...
Fine.
Swoosh! Into the lake she goes.
With whatever rocks we can find then if there's no fingers.
Yeah, it's a very kind of shaly beach. And behind you, that cold mountain. And there is no sound from up there. The beastmen are not howling tonight, as though they know when to keep their muzzles shut. But you splosh in, and you get a glimpse of that island out in the middle of the lake through the mists, and then sploosh, Mary just goes straight down.
Oh. Pie time.
All right. Hey, you two return. The pie is done.
Yes, Nitgit has found the extensive cooking book in the because he can read, which is a rarity in Shadow of the Demon Lord, being a magician. He can read. He's happily thumbing through and humming to himself and going, "Oh yes, yeah, quite brown and crispy." Yes, I think that's just about it.
What you reading?
All right.
Oh, a cookbook. They've got the pie pastry secrets all in here. I'm tempted to take it with me.
2 eggs, flour, sugar. Yeah, that's about right. Damon can also read.
It is a large pie. As you know, they have to kind of put it on a plank, and then the plank's got handles. They carry it around.
It goes on the cart, and then the
Into
cart
the
goes
ground.
to the water.
Into the dark.
Is there like, is there any kind of transportation around that would insinuate that we need to take the pie to the island, or does it seem to be a case of, plonk it in the water and Bob's your uncle?
Do they have a book about it?
Of course, my Hagglethorn Hollow building is way over there, but I'll hold it up now and say there are boats attached.
Okay.
Literally, there are boats. There's a boat hanging on the side of the structure.
Looks
So
like we're
they
taking this
definitely
to the
use
island then.
boats.
Oh, I don't want to go to that island, but I guess can we find any kind of, I don't know, is there a fish cult manual? Okay.
Well, I might have a search around the house anyway for any valuables before we leave.
Well, yeah, you'll look for valuables, and I guess just look for. I mean, I can't read, so I can't be of any help. But
You
a
look for valuables, I'll
journal
look for books.
or an instruction manual.
Right, let's do it.
Okay.
How to cult.
So you're looking around, Cricket. There are no such things. There are no robes. There are no tattoos.
No,
There
just
is nothing
some kind of
curious, arcane, or occult about at all. There are paintings, and you can see that there is like a family line. There's a similarity, and it's on Mary's side, the parents, not on John's. So that's about all you find as far as your theory goes. So yeah, that's no other kind of hints as to what's going on.
Damon's going to look for valuables, so maybe he'll have better luck.
Okay, so they are well off for commoners. So you definitely find a good cache of silvers and some coppers.
Oh, I've got a little something. Sense magic. That seems like a good thing to do.
Okay.
Sphere with a 5-yard radius centered on a point within your space. Yeah, I guess I will ping around the room, looking for anything magical.
There is not magic here at all.
Oh.
No, except for your eminent selves and possibly the phosphorescent trail of the monster who is left.
That's a good
All
point.
right.
Does sense magic detect changelings?
I do not think so, because they're not ipso facto a spell. But for all
It says
they
magical
pretend to be-
effects. Magical
For
effects.
all they pretend to be humans, you absolutely know they're changelings.
Oh, great.
If you're a goblin, they're fae. You just know.
Also, we have been talking about stealing people's faces in front of you.
Yeah.
That's what that was about.
Yeah, we're mostly made of rocks and twigs and shit. Don't really know how it
Alright.
works.
All right. The pie is ready.
I goes to lake.
I guess the question is, does the pie go in the lake, or do we take the pie to the island, or do we take the pie near the island and drop it off the side of the boat, which seems like the best idea if we're going to take it anywhere near the island.
I guess. What did I hear Mary say?
Now, of course, I don't recall exactly what I was shrieking when dying and failing to whisper, but it was like, if Mother doesn't get her feast, then everyone will, ...
I seem to remember Bert the boatman was quite oddly specific about mentioning there's no one living on the island and no reason to go to the
song.
island.
The lyrics of the song had something about let them up and
Mother, oh mother, actually it's weird, it's hard to remember without seeing it. Mother, oh mother, we're here by your side. We've made you a banquet, so please open wide. We've caught and it's gutted and baked all inside. So mother, dear mother, please feast and abide.
Yup,
that sounds like we're going to take it the abide part.
Yeah, because the idea is, whatever that mother is, it's got to stay where it is.
Island.
Abiding tends to mean,
Island.
Reading, good for the brain. Right, I guess we're taking it to the island and gently depositing it on the shore and then pissing off.
Sounds like a plan.
Yep.
Great. I really don't like Or...
Neither do I, but we kind of gotta.
Well, we get one of the boats, we load the pie in the boat, and take the boat to the island.
Righto. Off we
Now
go.
would be a really good time to move quickly, or at least
To go.
will be when we leave.
Ooh.
In case we need to expeditious retreat.
Yes.
Well, I can give someone a +10 bonus to speed for 1 minute. Will that help us get to the island faster?
I think we might want to get away.
Alright.
Whoever's rowing, leave the island faster.
That's fair enough. I do have 3 castings of it, though.
Oh,
So,
There we go. Let's save one for later, but definitely use one now, I reckon.
sounds good.
I hope that's right. I'm going to just check the power chart one more time, make sure I haven't got that terribly wrong. So I just realised, I thought for a while I had power 2, but I actually only have power 1. Let me see if I
Yeah,
still
you
got
have
that
power
right.
1.
I do have power 1.
Yeah, I think you get 2 uses of every single cantrip, and 1 use of every level 1 spell.
You're quite right. I was looking at the wrong row. So I have 2 uses of that. That's all right. That was my
Still
own
enough.
fault.
Who is rowing?
I think cricket is the strongest.
With my -1,
Yep.
I guess it's okay.
Can we both? Like, is
Yeah,
there
one
enough-
or each.
Yeah,
you
can we side by side it?
And putting Nitgit up the front.
Oh, sorry. We should have a look at that scene. There it is.
And I think the boat is a little piece from Arcknight. They do lovely transparent stuff.
Oh, I just got some Arcknight samples right in front of me.
Ooh.
Yay! So great low costing for miniatures and excellent maps. And of course the sea there is a John Hodgson map. So our friends are cool. You should like them too. But we cannot. You are carefully carrying the pie, which is because you're weaklings, a bit tense. You've got to,
There's
it's
3 of
slippery,
us.
it's dark, it's misty. Yeah, Nick gets kind of underneath, his hat's getting squashed. So you get the pie down into the boat, and then get ready to climb aboard. Very glad to get away from those barrels of piss, which are so stinky, and get ready to set off.
That is like the 12th time he mentioned barrels of piss.
That's because
Yeah.
the smell is so bad. That ammonia smell is just terrible.
Yeah, I think we want to put one of those barrels in the boat. Wasn't there a barrel of piss in the boat when we were coming over this way?
There was.
They
Barrel
were-
of piss in the
they
boat.
The barrel of piss was removed because the
Oh,
dyer has to take it away. He cannot put it in the water.
right.
They take it clear away from here.
I'm still significantly no. We're gonna are the barrels massive or is it possible to
No,
get?
they're no, you could put a barrel in the boat.
Great.
Put a barrel of piss in the boat.
I'm gonna put barrel just on the off chance. Whatever this thing is, it is lured by the scent of fish and human flesh. We really
Maybe
don't
this
want it
covers
rocking
it.
up until we've left.
Although we didn't have one in the boat on the way back to the island.
Yeah, but there
Way
weren't
back
any
to the
fish in
village.
the boat. It was only us.
Hmm.
I reckon it's lured by the scent of fish, and I reckon these barrels stop it from coming to smelling anything before they're ready for it to smell it. If we take a barrel with us, then we deposit the thing on the island, stink up the place so it can't tell there's fish there, and then as we leave, the smell of fish emanates from the pie. And
There's no fish in the pie. There's.
Oh, there, we put the mornay in.
Oh,
Yeah, we covered
the
with
morning had the
there's
yeah,
fish in
okay.
the
It
pie.
wasn't just the sauce.
On the other hand, maybe
and the
it's
fish one.
maybe it's a tasty beverage to wash the pie down with. We don't know what it prefers.
You can make an intelligence roll there for me, Nick.
Oh, I am quite intelligent. Thank you for noticing.
Smart fella.
I sure will with an 18.
Ammonia kills fish.
Ammonia kills fish.
Piss in the boat.
Yeah.
Okay.
As long as we don't mix the ammonia with the pie.
Yes. Quite
Yeah.
right.
No, other piss at the other end of the boat.
I'm just gonna wait. Nope, I don't. We're going with this. I'm pretty sure they're throwing ammonia in the water to get their fish as well. Like, I don't know, there's a whole thing going on.
No,
Let's just hold
I
on
reckon-
to it in case it becomes apparent what exactly it is we do with it.
Yeah, I feel like this mother thing is a big fuck off fish. Just massive. Just lots of teeth. That's just my feeling. And the ammonia might be good for us to have.
Only one way to find out. Let's go take a look-see.
Oh, you begin to row. You have a barrel of piss.
We do.
In fact, it's already there in the boat.
Yes.
It's like Arcknight knew you were coming. And you have your pie and the... it's very warm in this boat because you're next to this hot pie. So that's nice. And none of you should be thoroughly disgusted by what's in it, but it is not your deal.
You would think so, but none of us are humans, so...
Yeah, also, like, funnily enough, we can't be diseased, so it's just we eat something.
Drink some ammonia. Well, actually, it's pretty poisonous.
Yeah.
All right. So out you go, rowing, rowing, rowing.
Wanna spell that for us to speed this up a little?
Well, I thought I better hold on to it just in case.
Yeah, I think we better hold on to it until the way back. We might need it a bit more.
Out into the mists.
Can't tell if you're mouthing or muted.
You're meant to say stuff.
Mother, dear mother. Mother, dear mother. It's like the splashing, the sound of the smother as the oars go into the water, and then you pull it back. It's like, dear mother. Dear.
Was that poem?
As you are rowing to the island and making perception rolls for no reason whatsoever.
Do we don't know, never mind.
Oh,
12. Pass.
10.
Well, 10. All right, remember that big fish? Big fish sound breaching the water is a very large fish which has limbs.
Ooh.
And
No, don't like that.
are starting to swim in the wake of the boat. You can see they've got webbed fingers and just now keeping pace with you as your oars splish and
I
splash.
think we're
Dear
good.
mother.
As long
Yeah,
as we give
mother.
them what they want.
Mother, dear mother. Dear mother. As you, and you should all. So make will checks because they are frightening.
Oh boy.
Frightening.
Who's that at will?
Frightening companions. Okay.
My will's just fine. Thank you for asking. And I'm feeling just fine. Thank you for asking.
I'm feeling okay. 11. Yeah.
Do we do tricky versions of this or no? Is this a challenge roll?
Oh, Mark is having internet difficulties and
no.
he's a little bit frozen. Oh, he's back. And he's frozen again.
It was too horrible for words.
Hey, we got you back. We'll keep an eye on that and take a break if we need to.
Too blasphemous for the internet. It is a challenge roll. You must get a 10, or you will be frightened by
So
these
tricky
lemons.
trick still applies?
I'm not going to. No, I'm not. You can't be tricky on a will save.
Fair enough.
Tricky is more when you want to kind of do things. It would be that would kind of give you an iron will, and I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it, Art.
That's fair.
None of your trickiness around here in this situation. So, are you frightened by them?
I got 9, so I believe I am.
Okay.
So
All right.
unless there
So
is there is anything inherent in, you know, the fact that I am moderately corrupt and/or am frightening myself that would give me a boon. No.
Here's the thing, Damon. You are so tough. Sounds like a them problem. I'm stridering. I'm alone. But it seems to be a front because you are not the worst thing in the world. There are terrible things in the world. There are ancient antediluvian things. These things were in the lake back when the elves the Fae were in the forest. This is old badness. And you can see you're the person who heard the big splash. So you know they're all around you and there is no escape. So yeah, your facade is cracking a little bit. You are frightened by them.
Mm-hmm.
So Damon seems to be quiet.
You right there?
Let's get this done. Don't like it.
Maybe-
Well, I mean, it does kind of suck.
Maybe we can talk to them. Maybe they're friendly. Maybe they just want their pie. That's more
Yeah,
likely.
I don't think we should talk to him. I think we dump the pie. I think we get there and we dump the pie.
Dear mother, dear mother. You are approaching the island. You are reaching the island. The island is like a steep kind of beach, a little slope.
Great, let's get this pie on the island.
Yeah.
Okay. There is a stake hammered in there, and you'll be able to tie the boat to it.
Right?
Oh, good. We made the right choice. There's like a thing here for us to tie it clearly.
Yeah, can we just get this done? I'd like
Oh,
to.
yes, of course.
Yeah.
Why are you being so touchy?
These are horrifying fish things I would like to leave.
Well,
Slowboat.
they'll get their pie and we'll take our leave.
Is this genuinely worse for you than the thing ass dragging itself through a field of veggies?
Yeah, just a little bit.
All right. So you are taking the pie up onto the island.
Suppose we are.
Is there a evident path to follow, or does it look like the boat gets tied, the pie gets left, and then people leave?
Well, this path is used just once a year, but there's definitely a place to tie the boat, but there is not anywhere to leave a pie.
I suppose we'll just, with some footsteps, try to trace where they went as best we can. I mean, if they do this once a year, it might be a little difficult, but we'll give it a go, eh?
I suspect
Do
we
it.
can probably just get it to where it needs to vaguely be, drop it and leave. I don't think it needs to be perfect, it just needs to be food.
I agree.
Then that's what we'll do.
Yeah.
That is what we'll do.
Excuse me a moment. I'm going to, horrifyingly, I am going to crack open the barrel of ammonia.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, that's a bad smell.
Yep. And at least to some extent, I am going to soak some of my clothing in it
Okie dokie.
Okay.
so that I smell
Ew.
very bad to fish things. I'm not exactly super chill about this right now, so.
Alrighty, so yeah, breaching it, everybody gets that smell.
I'll dunk my cloak in it or something.
Make an agility roll, otherwise you might get some on the pie.
$14.
All right, you're smelling bad. Getting the whole kind of hobo thing going on there.
later.
But yeah, you think you are unattractive to fish
Great.
in your current state, and to the other people who have to share a boat with you. So you carrying the pie, you go up and then down as you find that the island is a caldera, and the inside is more lake.
Perfect.
And you're looking down at a flat stone table.
Andy.
Right, pie
Pie
on
goes
the
to the
table.
table.
Then we wait. Pie on the table. Sing the rhyme. Leave.
Okay.
I approve of this sequence of events.
Great.
All right. You move forward to the table with the pie and proceed to sing.
Mm-hmm.
Mother.
Dear mother.
Dear mother. Come and eat this great big pie. It is so tasty.
We literally heard the song like not that long ago. I assume
Yeah.
one of us might remember it word for word with a roll, perhaps with an intelligence roll, perhaps.
It's fine. It's
Great.
fine. But I'm happy to have you freestyle it for the amusement of everybody at home.
Something.
You could just sing Mother, Dear Mother. That would be fine. Please
Right.
give us your 3-part harmony.
Mother, dear mother.
Please, eat this pie.
Come and it should be very tasty.
Don't kill us.
All of the lake is roiling now.
Right.
Something massive is moving in there as you are putting the pie down. Something huge as to the sides,
Mother, please
arriving
eat pie.
out of the lake, are the followers that were there. And now, up from the lake, first of all the tail, and then shimmering scales, and the massive head. And as invited, she is indeed opening wide.
John.
Great. We're gonna leave. We're going back. I'm out.
Gotta go.
There she is.
Network,
all right.
speed time.
And rising up, and all
Nope.
the others, you are indeed, she is frightening. So you may make your will checks.
She's not as terrifying as the fish for some reason.
Bang on 10.
All right, I'm
did-
gonna
I
give
did
you
better
a,
on
I'm
this
gonna I'm gonna give you a bane on that, Damon, because I'm a terrible person.
Rude.
Rude, so rude. How'd you go?
I rolled a 6
Alright.
on the Bane, so yeah.
Oh my god.
Terrified
Alright.
of this one too. Nah, leaving.
Okay, so you are terrified in a way that I get to decide. It's not fear, it's transfixion. It's like you want to leave, but your legs are not working because you remember the whole ceremony. Like you give the pie and it has to be taken, you know?
Right.
So you're kind of there, but you can see that Mother's massive jaws, her lips are kind of wrinkling a little bit as though there's something unpleasant about you to her that she does not appreciate. And that moment where you almost see, does she feel fear? That snaps off that bane and you kind of get yourself back together. But she's kind of leaning in.
Great. Let's take a couple of gentle steps back. We're gonna stay here and make sure the pie is accepted, because for some reason I think that's an important part of this whole process. And then we're gonna just quietly leave.
All right. So jaws stretch wide and jump. There's Mornay squirts out the side as she kind of one bites the whole thing. She is that large, she can fit any of you into her jaws. And but as she kind of takes that bite, her massive kind of head is right in next to you going, well, she has teeth. She has teeth behind her teeth. She has teeth within her teeth. There's more teeth. There's just teeth all the way down and chomp. But as she bites, she kind of pulls back away from you, Damon. She has this kind of...
I will take a few steps, just like very slow steps backwards to give some space between me and like the aroma.
All right. And all of the fishmen and fishwomen and fish people are swimming towards her as she's turning around and, like spitting it out, regurgitating it for her young. The water is now full of chunks of Mary, Mornay, cooked in pastry. No, it's John. Sorry, it was
John
John.
Mornay.
Yeah, Mary's somewhere. John Mornay. As the feast is accepted, it is a blasphemous version and loving in its own way. She shares with her young. She cares for them. She turns from you, and her scales rippling as it is done. The sacrifice and the offering has been made and accepted.
You know, I am genuinely. I'm glad I smell like ammonia because I'm pretty sure I just pissed myself. But you know,
Too much information.
I'm terrified. I assume that's what happened. Kind of nice seeing a family of horrifying creatures get, accepted in a way. We need to leave now. Yeah. Nope. Leaving.
So we all save the village. Time to go.
You
Nitgit.
have indeed saved the village.
You got 1,000 yards there, mate. You good?
Yes. I'm good.
Right, we're gonna leave now. Feel like doing that nice little
Speedy.
Yes, of course. I touch one creature that is not fatigued. Me.
Whoa.
And I bounce.
All right. This is the most inadvisable thing you possibly do. There's a little caldera. It's not much of a lip, and you've just shot at it and just shot yourself into the lake. As you get this huge burst of speed, it's like whoop, like firing a goblin cork. Like you might want to second think that with an agility roll when you realise what you've just done.
Okay. I am not agile enough. Normally, but perhaps with fortune, I might be fortunate enough to rethink things.
Alternatively, Damon can save you for a third time.
Yeah, actually, that's pretty funny.
You'd like to, but because he's like just literally just shot himself like a goblin cork, and Jackson wants to use his fortune. I know him, and there it is. All right, hit the big fortune button. Shaboom! He realizes what he's done, and what he actually did was he somehow managed to throw you a rope, which you didn't even know, Damon, he'd thrown near you. And you basically just say, oh, what's that? Rope spilling out, and you grab it and catch him again.
Well, we should still make for the boat, right? We're making for the boat.
We're going. We're leaving.
Excellent.
We're leaving now.
You are going. You are going back to the shore, back through the mists, back to your warm beds in the tavern, perhaps?
No, I think we row on somewhere else.
I think we're taking that boat.
Most lakes are connected to a river. I think we could make our escape.
All right.
Let's go.
So you arrived in a boat, you leave in a boat, and as the sun is coming up, the dawn, the cold winter dawn is cutting through the mist. And behind you, everybody is waking up with a hangover and kind of a bit groggy-headed. And they do not all die this year.
That sucked so much. We put him in a pie.
Cricket.
All right. Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey. Thank you, Art. Thank you, Alex. Thank you, Jackson.
What a time.
Thank you, everyone. And
Thank you.
We lived and we killed some people and we turned them into pie. I feel like this is very Sweeney Todd.
the pescatarian version. Thank you for playing. Thank you for watching. We have been Campaign Coins. I think you're all fabulous, clever folks that I love playing with you. Are there opportunities for people in the electrosphere to keep tabs to find out what you're up to? Or are you people of mystery? Spruik yourself, folks, if you wish to spruik. Go.
I will go first again because I feel like that's the order we're going in. So I've got to drop the accent now. You can find me on Twitter at unfiltered art or unfiltered underscore art. I am on Twitch every Saturday playing Call of Cthulhu with the Chaosium Inc. Official live play channel. And you can also find me on and around Twitch at twitch.tv/unfilteredart, or one word this time. I am just starting out playing video games because why the hell not on Twitch? So feel free to swing by, and all of that's through my Twitter. So.
We shall. Hurrah. All right, Alex.
I am Alex. You can find me around the internet at VLXCAT. I don't do a great deal, and sometimes I pop up and do things. And it's usually as much of a surprise to me as it is to anybody else. And this is Cinnamon, and she's very soft.
Yay. Thank you for surprising us, Cricket.
Hey, and I've been Jackson. I'm on the team here at Campaign Coins. I'm having a great time putting all these bells and whistles on our Twitch channel, and I hope you had a good time watching them and occasionally hearing them. And apart from that, I'm also on the Twitter sphere at Acton Jackson, which you saw down there a little while ago. And funnily enough, I'm also playing Call of Cthulhu with Art on the Chaosium Twitch channel. We're there every Saturday morning for us, maybe Friday evening where you are, and you can catch up on YouTube as well. That's Chaosium. And I think you probably should reel through a couple more things. We were listening to the sound of music provided by Sirenscape, which is an amazing online tool to make some sounds and music. And the Sirenscape was bolstered by Songs of Shadow, the terrific album by Sonor Village and Schwalb Entertainment. Shadow the Demon Lord was, of course, a fantastic game by Schwalb Entertainment and Rob Schwalb himself, which you can get out on special right now. I forgot what you told us about.
30% off for the 6th month, for the Devil's Month. Hail Satan.
Fantastic.
And the game is so well supported. You can play it just with the one rule book, but there's a bunch of extra stuff. It's all awesome.
Outstanding.
And I think his book about Fae called Terrible Beauty is the best treatment of Fae in gaming. There, I said it, and I'll say it again to anyone. And it's fantastic.
And of course, Mark's table was decorated by amazing painted map tiles by John Hodgson of Handiwork Games, along with some hefty 3D buildings from Hagglethorn Hollow, which is a very cool scenery series by Troubadour Games. I say
indeed.
with some confidence.
Troubadour, close
all
enough.
that good stuff. And of course, we've been Campaign Coins. We make metal props that you can use to enhance your gaming experience. And if you play Shadow the Demon Lord, or if you want to play Shadow the Demon Lord after seeing this, you can pick up, we make the fast, slow turn token, as well as the fortune tokens, which we use to track whether we had fortune. Side note, I'm afraid they don't actually turn red and dissolve into mist when you use them. We could have done it, but it would have been really expensive to replace them, so we thought better not.
Superb twitching, Jackson. Thank you so much.
There you go.
We're going to play some Beowulf soon. So with a new player, you've been turfed off, Jackson. The story of Bald Edict has been told. So stay tuned for a fantastic announcement on the new season of Beowulf coming soon. And thanks for playing, everybody.
Fantastic. That's us. We hope we'll see you next time. Bye for now.
Bye.
Bye.